Welcome to a sunny and 30 degrees, I'm just kidding, it's a wet track here. Welcome to Gatebil Drift Battle here 2024. My name is Dennis Stavon and with me I have the lovely Sarah Haro.
Yep. Hi.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. This is great.
It's a nicer day than it was, and I hope it's going to be great for the drift battle that we're going to watch. You see the cars behind us rolling out, and we're soon to get going. So we see the Not stand here when the battles come on again, because I don't want to be here.
No,
it's going to be chaos.
Not right in this corner. Since it has been raining so much, it is very slippery out there, and it's like different kind of slippery depending on where you're at, and the track leans just a little bit too outwards.
And you know this because you've actually driven it.
Yes, so this morning it was still wet from yesterday, and I went out and drove it, and it is slick when it's wet out here, and it's not raining anymore, so it might dry up a little bit and start getting patchy too, and that is intense for the drivers for sure.
So we're at Mantorp Park, which is Sweden's premier track, and Gatebil has been here for many, many years, and it's a beautiful track. It's a huge track for that matter as well. But we're on the south course, which is a tricky, to say the least, in the dry, but in the wet it's a very different beast. It's narrow.
Yeah.
You have to do transitions where there's really not that much of a space when you're going alone, and then you have to be two people doing that.
Yep.
And then you have to drive what the judges want to see as well. Exactly. So that makes it way harder.
Oh yeah, no, the line is so specific, like you have to have the right line or the rest of your run is going to be so damaged. It's intense.
Yeah, and we have the crowd and the grandstands we're here, and I hope that we can get a good show, because it has been raining all weekend. Yeah. All weekend. I'm so bummed. But we're finishing this strong. We're finishing on a high note, but I hope that we can get a good battle, because it is kind of looking like it might dry up during the battles.
I think so. It kind of seems like it.
I don't have my hopes up, though.
I see a little bit of blue skies. I have hope.
You are more of an optimist than I am, I guess.
Yep.
So we're going to look forward to some great battles. We have some young kids here. We have some old foxes in the game, so to speak. And do you have a driver that you are particularly like, oh, this is going to be dangerous?
I mean, Ole Peter always sends it. All these drivers always send it really hard, but he's been top notch. We also have Yim here that won SM, so that's freaking awesome. So many people that are competing both in Norway, Sweden, and then we also have someone from England. Luke is out here, which is really cool with his Monster Energy car.
Yeah,
awesome.
Luke Woodham, he has been a guest before, and has been a driver at Gatebil for many years, over 10 years now. And finally we get to see him do some real competition.
Yes, I'm excited to see it.
And so we have some Swedish championship winners, we have some Norwegian championship winners. We got Espen Rode, who's a Norwegian Pro 2 champion.
Yep, exactly, and it's his birthday today. He turns adult. He turns 18 today.
So he can actually be at the prize ceremony, because he couldn't be before.
Yeah, that's true.
So we have some very talented drivers here, and the track is tricky. We have about 6 zones that we need to fill. We're going to look at a track map later, but it is a track that really rewards precision driving and being aggressive, but you have to have that little bit of margin, especially in the wet, to get over the line. And we've seen a couple of drivers go outside track. We've seen them smash into a tire wall. It's a track that really punishes you where you really don't want it to.
Definitely, and especially when it is wet. It gets so slick out there. You got to have your tire pressures properly, and if it dries up a little bit, you have to change that up. So they have hot pit back here. They're going to come out and jam and hopefully give us a really good show. So
do you think that's going to get patchier as time goes on?
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to happen here? Because we have a few different surfaces. Even though it's all asphalt, it's newer, it's older, it's rubbered in, it's not.
So even if it's just evenly raining, it's going to be patchy in the rain, different types of slick, and now that it's also drying up a little bit, oh boy, it's going to be interesting.
So a little tidbit we're going to get to later, but we're going to get back into the studio. My hands are cold. It's actually not that hot outside. I'm sorry I lied in the beginning there. And we'll be right back.
allesammans, idag är jag på Norge-besök för att testa en produkt som jag har hört väldigt mycket om och som äntligen kommer till Sverige. Men jag kan ju inte åka till Norge utan att hälsa på Gatebil-familjen.
Hallo Sara.
Hej!
Bli med her, så tar vi en tur.
Ja! Men se där, du har redan din installerad.
Ja, dette en safe drive. Vi I Gatebil har et tett samarbeid med gjengen bak det produktet her. Det viktig for oss. Mange tror jo Gatebil handler bare om råkjøring, men det minst like viktig for oss med sikkerheten til publikum og deltakere på Gatebil. Både vi I Gatebil og de I Safe Drive tror at banekjøring viktig for å ta vekk råkjøringen fra trafikkbildet. Derfor har vi ingått et samarbeid for å spille hverandre gode.
Härligt, jag ser så fram emot att få prova den här grejen. Så du menar nu att när vi startar bilen kommer vi vara del av ett community som kan varna varandra på vägen?
Det stemmer. Det over 100 000 som kjører med Safe Drive hver dag. Så det tar ikke så lang tid før det vil bli varslet om dyr I veibanen, hindringer eller kontroller. Skal vi teste enheten på vei opp til isbanen en tur?
Ja, men det tycker jag.
Jeg hadde senest sist uke hadde jeg på vei hjem fra jobb. Da ble jeg varslet om hindring I veien. Da var det 3 som lå over halve veibanen.
Åh, jäklar.
Det godt å vite før man kommer dit at det noe som til hinder.
Ja, men precis. Jag vet när man kör ut på landet eller om man bara har GPSen uppe på bilen liksom så här. Då vet man ju inte. Kan det vara stopp? Sitter man där I 3 timmar liksom.
Ja.
Måste bara vänta. Det är jättebra.
Der fikk vi faktisk en hindring I veien.
Ja. Ska se. Det är perfekt. Så kan du sakta ner liksom, ta det lugnt, se vad det är för någonting som händer. Ja, man ser ju inte mycket efter kurvorna liksom.
Gjør ikke det, nå det
direkt.
mye snø og høye brøytekanter også. Det her står det en bil.
Ja, der står de.
Og det kommer en imot også.
Nu du.
Her står det en gammel Porsche med motorstopp.
Ja. Så glad att man hade det där innan så man inte kom för fort runt kröken där och med mötande bil också. Det var
veldig greit å kunne bli varslet der, altså.
Ja.
Da vil vi også få spørsmål om det faktisk var en hindring I veien. Og det vil jeg si at det var en fysisk hindring, det der.
Absolut. Jag längtar till att det här kommer till Sverige och att vi kan börja bygga communityn där också och få den att bli ännu större än vad Norges community är.
For varslingen der, skal vi svare ja på den, så vil de andre også videre bak oss bli varslet om det.
Perfekt. Med den här lilla boxen kan vi varna varandra för djur, hinder, fartkontroller, vanliga kontroller, lite vad som helst. Den uppdaterar sig själv med internet så det har de senaste funktionerna hela tiden. Och I Norge har de redan över 100 000 personer. Men jag tror att vi kan klå dem I Sverige, eller hur? Pre-sale är nu öppet på safedrive.se. Använd koden SARA50 så får du garanterat det bästa priset.
We're back.
Yeah.
Finally, we're inside.
We are inside. Outside is cold right now.
I do not envy our starter or anyone else out on track today. It is a bitter afternoon weather.
Yes.
In the weather.
It's looking brighter. It's looking brighter.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think it's going to be a really nice evening, but we're not here for nice. We're here for chaos.
Oh, yeah. Control chaos.
Well, we'll see about that. So the track we talked about earlier is slippery. There are surface changes in some sort of way. We can see here the track is rubbered in, to say the least. This is a festival. So we're looking at the track right here, and we have the start in the bottom of the screen, and that's a uphill, and then we're going to do an initiation. We're going to start drifting where that red background is on the yellow line, and that's the initiation point. You have to be with the back side of the car in outer zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 throughout the track. There's only one point you have to be on the inside of the track with the inner clip, so that's the front end of the car that has to be there. So from outer zone 1 through 4, that's probably the hardest part of the track.
Yes, making sure you hold outer 1 long enough to reach out to 2 and 3, and then time it perfectly to go down to outer zone number 4.
And the judges have said that, first of all, they don't want to see you, they preferably want to see you clutch kick in outer zone 1 to initiate the car.
Yep.
And they don't want you to handbrake drag, essentially anywhere, of course, but you have to do it somewhere. And then you have to have a smooth line and smooth acceleration all the way through outer zone 4. And the red marks are the deceleration zones. And that means that you can slow down the car, and you can do that in a number of ways. What they do want to see is a nice controlled angle of slowing down the car. You can use handbrake, you can use foot brake, but you shouldn't, if possible.
Yeah.
What you don't want to do is throw backwards entries down there, because you can slow down the car doing that, but that's going to make it really hard for the person behind you to follow you.
Exactly.
And that's kind of the whole point here. We're doing tandem, which means that 2 cars are on track at the same time, and 1 car has to lead, 1 car has to follow. That means that you, as a lead driver, should be on your qualifying line, making it as easy as possible for the person chasing you or following you, whatever term you want to use, to actually follow you.
Yes.
Be predictable, have nice lines, consistent angles, don't be doing a lot of corrections, etc., etc.
Exactly.
There's a lot of things to actually try to combine all of this into one cohesive run. Is way harder than it sounds in a driver's briefing. Oh, we want you to drive like this. Oh, cool.
Got it. And then
Great.
you go out there and you're like, oh my God.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
But
so going from outer zone into inner clip, and I think that as you've driven this, you kind of know that if you nail the inner clip, the rest of the run just sorts itself out. Is that correct?
Yeah. No, if you nail that inner clip properly and keep your line, you should be good reaching out to outer 5 and 6. Although it is a little slanted going out to outer zone number 5. So now that it's wet, it is going to drag you out even further. So a lot of people are going to have some issues with going off track a little bit with a tire or two there. So they have to watch out and keep inside of the line that's drawn for the track.
And that is a tire wall at outer zone 5,
Yes.
which means that you absolutely don't want to be too deep there.
No.
And in the driver's briefing, they've actually talked about that. We don't want to see drivers go all the way out in that zone or very deep, because the judges, they don't really deem that zone as that important, which means that they can probably focus on trying to be in other places in the track. So, and it's an exciting track, but this everything you see on the left and right hand side of the track for outer zone 1 through outer zone 4 means that you're in the dirt.
Yes.
And if you mess up, basically there's no recovery.
No, you're stuck. That sand will just hug you in. You're like,
Yeah.
you're part of the sand now.
Yeah, you're the sand people from this point on.
Pretty much.
So if you like Star Wars, you love that reference. So I think that this track, as I said before, is rewarding, but it is very, very, and I cannot stress this enough, very challenging to actually drive well in tandem.
Yes.
It is I've said it before, and I think a lot of drivers are with me on this. This track is probably the least conducive or inviting to do tandem on, which makes it way more fun and challenging. But it's pardon my French, but it's a bitch to drive.
Yeah, no, it's you got to time it definitely, for sure.
So looking at the drivers, we have the top 16, and these drivers have not done any qualification to get into this. This is just an invite-only event.
Yep.
And we're going to have a look at all these guys at the track right now. And I don't think I'm good enough to actually do them in the order that the local speakers are going to do. So I'm just going to rattle them off as soon as I see them. But in the near front of the picture here, we said Robert Åhäll, a Swedish driver. And that's the cool thing. We have Swedish drivers. We have Norwegian drivers. We have people from, not in this competition, we have from, in the extreme race, we have a guy from Kuwait.
Oh, wow.
Like
That's
people
cool.
all over Iceland.
Yeah,
We have people
Denmark.
from Finland, everywhere. This is the coolest thing to be able to compete in a competition like this. But in Gatebil Drift Battle, that is a Swedish, Norwegian, and now British competition at this point.
Yes.
So we see some drivers who are competing in championships in their respective countries, and people who are just here to have a lot of fun, basically, who have competed early. In picture we see here in the red hat is Josefsson, who is a Swedish champion by now.
Yeah.
Very, very exciting for him to be able, and further away next to the red overall in black is another Swedish champion. So there's a lot of those here. And Luke Woodham in his Monster Energy S14.
Yep, and then we have Esperode, the birthday boy.
Yes.
But he is actually borrowing Hunter's car.
That is correct. He blew his engine, right?
Again. What the heck is up with that engine? No, just kidding.
Well, he might not be too nice.
No, he hauls. He really goes when, well, not when he has to. He always just sends it.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the thing around.
And
so
one
17,
of my favorites, the wagon. We got
right, Kevin Bumberg. Oh my goodness. And he has been proving to everybody, all the doubters, that you can make a Volvo very competitive.
Yep.
The catch? There's a lot of zeros in the bank account to make that happen.
Yep. He ain't giving up though. It's strong. It's pretty awesome. He just keeps pushing.
Definitely. So I think that we should have a little bit of a guide to drifting to explain what this sport is, and we'll be right back after that.
Drifting is a sport in which the driver uses throttle, clutch, brakes, gear shifting, and steering input to keep the car in a state of oversteer while maneuvering from turn to turn on a track. The unique thing about drifting is that it's a judging sport, which means that it's not about being first to the finish line. In the Scandinavian Drift Series, we have 3 judges who score the drivers according to style, line, and angle. Line is a predetermined racing line at where the drivers need to navigate. The line is marked out by scoring zones, such as clipping points, inner and outer zones. An outer zone is a marked zone on the outer part of the track. The size of the zone can vary, but the most important thing is that the driver aims to fill the entire zone by placing the rear tires there. An inner zone is usually smaller in size and means that the driver must place the front part of the car in the zone. The drivers need to hit these zones to score a maximum. Angle is how much angle the car produces on the track. To get maximum points, you have to maintain as much angle as possible throughout the track. Style is a combination of commitment, speed, and showmanship. To manage throttle control, handbrake application, car speed, and the overall fluidity of each run usually means high scores in style. The driver is not allowed to slow down. It's important to maintain the momentum to avoid drastic speed deduction. The decel zones is an exception, which is the part of the track where the driver is forced or allowed to slow down the car for natural reasons. A competition usually consists of 2 sessions, qualifying and an elimination phase, in which all the drivers battle each other. All drivers get 2 runs in the qualification. It's important to get as much points as possible by having a good line, angle, and style. The qualification run with the highest score counts, and the top 32 drivers in the starting grid moves on to the elimination rounds. It is during the elimination that we get to experience the cars sideways, sitting door to door in high speeds while billowing smoke coming from the rear tires. All drivers go against each other in a top 32 bracket. The drivers who got the highest points during qualifying gets to battle the drivers who got the lowest points among the top 32 drivers. The elimination consists of 2 passes, which each driver takes a turn to lead and chase. As the lead driver, it's your job to drift a perfect run, just as in the qualification. The difference is that you have another driver on the track with you, hopefully door to door with your car. As the chase car, it's important to pay attention and anticipate how the lead car moves on the track so that you have the opportunity to be as close as possible but also avoid collision. When the drivers cross the finish line, it's time for the lead driver to chase and vice versa. The driver who performs the best on track moves on to the next battle until there's only 2 drivers left in a thrilling finale. Sometimes, the judges cannot agree or can't decide which driver that performed the best. In such cases, a one more time is carried out, which means that the 2 drivers battle each other one more time. On occasion, mechanical failure determines the battle's outcome either during or preceding a heat. If a car cannot enter a tandem battle, the remaining entrant will be given a byrun.
And we're back. So that is the guide to drifting, what drifting is all about. And you and I have been around drifting for quite some time now.
Yeah.
It's
a hot minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute actually, and it's kind of exciting to see driving evolve, cars evolve, the sport evolves in different areas, and you've seen probably a lot more than I have firsthand, because you actually go to US and do a lot of other stuff. You've been driving both in Sweden and in the US, and what's your take on competitive drifting in the world from when you started to now?
It's so cool to see all the different drivers from all over the world join in and compete against each other and at like FD and stuff like that. But also here we have people from all over the world technically. So many different countries getting together, and honestly the Scandinavian tracks are so much better than the American tracks.
Oh,
like,
wow,
they are
that's
good.
a scathing review.
I'm sorry, but they're good. They're
Wow.
good. You got your space, you got elevation changes, and just the skill of the drivers from northern countries in general, I think is just so high, because they normally just drive in the snow, normal driving, and just knowing how to handle a car there makes you a better driver on track too, knowing how to handle a car if something happens there. Hey, look at all that crowd.
That's it. Yeah, it's
They're out
amazing.
here.
I didn't think we were going to get this many people, and more are going to show up, of course. And these are the real heroes sitting out here in their jackets and their
troopers.
cozy hoodies and all these. It's amazing to see that so many people show up year out, year in, competition out. It's just fantastic to have the support that we have, and without all of you at home and all these people here, there's no drifting to be had, because this is a sport that really, really runs on the people around it.
Exactly. So thank y'all for being in the live stream here too. If you're not here, tell your friends to hop on in.
Yes, you have to really, really tell everyone. So share this link wherever you are, if you're on YouTube or if you're on Facebook or wherever you are, share the link. Make sure that we actually reach out, because the more we reach out, the better things we can do, more productions, we can do better, bigger and better things in general, I would say.
Yeah.
We're not going to be Formula One anytime soon, but hey, one day.
I mean, drifting is growing everywhere. It's just growing and growing in all countries, I feel like. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and other motorsports have been around since, I don't know, the 20s.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it'll take a
NASCAR.
while. Yeah, exactly. So we're kind of new to this game in drifting, so we're growing slowly. So going back to the task at hand, and the task is drifting, of course, and choreographing, the intense battle that we're going to have. We have a ladder or a bracket that is going to see on the left side, we have top 16 and 16 drivers. That's going to be the top 3 that's going to be on the podium. So you have a one shot, 8 Mile style, to make it happen. And then you have these all, I would say, looking at this list, these drivers, none of these guys, they don't like being walked all over.
No.
They want to win at any cost.
They'll give it their all.
Oh,
they're not gonna. Nope. They're like, you're driving with me. Oh yeah, you're driving with me. All right, let's do this thing.
Yeah, they might be humble. They might be positive. They might be, well, we're gonna have fun. No. These guys, when they get their helmet on, it's a different person.
You're in a completely different zone when you're drifting. Honestly, you're just like no other thoughts, just drifting. That's
Right.
it. So if you're competing too, it's just that battle, and then you go on to switch places with the lead and follow car and that battle, and then see who did it best.
Yeah. So looking at the bracket here, we have Andreas Johansson versus Robert Åhäll. We have Rickard Ivars versus Robin Bryngelsson. Rickard Ivars, who is a kind of a legend in the Gatebil game and other circles, who has been away from drifting for quite some time competitively, has been in and out for a while, but bought or built a very, very interesting drift car, an Audi.
Yeah, Audi RS5 there. It looks sick. It is so cool.
I probably say that is the most unique and cool looking car, and they've done a really good job with liveries on this car throughout the years. But it's a very interesting. But I do know that Rickard Ivars is a driver who likes to pour on angle.
Oh yeah.
And we saw that in practice yesterday, and he was kind of backing it in everywhere, which is it looks cool, but it's not really conducive to Chase driving behind him. So we'll see how that goes. Robin Bryngelsson, who is a close competitor for the Swedish Championship. Elias Ålund with his masterly built and beautiful S13 with PS13 front and these pink flames on it. Just looks amazing.
It's probably the prettiest Nissan I've seen out here.
That's my take.
Yeah.
I love it, and I hate that he actually keeps it that clean all the time, because he uses it and he drifts it, and he's never careful in that way, but it still looks amazing.
It does.
He's going up against Philip Josefsson in his S14 with a Rocket Bunny boss kit. Those are getting more and more rare, actually. We saw them a lot a couple of years ago, and they're moving on. Here you see Team Iceland boys.
Team Iceland, yeah, there's people from all over at these events. It's pretty awesome.
It's crazy. I heard a story yesterday. The guys from Iceland, they bought a car here at a party. So they were having a party, and they bought a car from Holland, sight unseen, and the guy drove the car 24 hours to get to here to deliver it. And he drove that car on the track today.
Hell yeah. That is awesome.
So,
that is so cool.
Oh, what did you do last night? Oh, got a tattoo, some couple of things. We did some fun things. Oh, what did you do? No, I bought a car for, 58,000 euros.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That is Gatebil in and of itself. Like, that is the spirit of this. Anyway, I'm getting off track here. Joakim Vårgård is going up against Kevin Brunberg. Joakim Vårgård in his BMW M4 is going against Kevin Brunberg in his Volvo wagon. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Jim Olofsson, the Swedish Championship against Tony Averstedt. Ole Peter Vatten against Luke Woodham. Luke Woodham, who is a Gymkhana driver at the heart of everything, but has been transitioning more and more into drifting for several reasons. And it's just exciting to see him drive. And he is very excited about what he does, regardless of where he is or what he does. He was in 9 countries in 12 days, which is just bizarre.
Wow.
And that is driving to those countries in that car and drifting at events in that car.
Damn.
That's crazy.
That is.
2,500 and something kilometers.
That is. I think they're going out now for a sight lap.
Yes.
So now that the conditions are the way they are, they do get a sight lap, which means that they get to go out and try out the track and see how it feels, basically, before they actually battle.
And this is our first battle between Andreas Johansson and Robert Åhäll. To quickly just say the last 2 battles.
Yes.
Espen Rode versus Mattias Nyriggen, 2 Norwegian guys. And then Mikael Johansson, former Swedish champion, against Niklas Jonsson. I think all of them are going to want the side lap.
Yes. I think they're just ready to get that done. At least the first few, and then we'll get on to the battles.
Here we see Elias Ålund in his yellow. Oh my goodness, so good. And this is Robin Bryngelsson, a very, very competitive driver.
Yeah.
And Rickard Ivars in his Audi.
That thing looks mean. I
mean.
love it.
I love the Audi design with a huge front grille, and it just looks beautiful.
It is. Also, we did not do any qualifying for this competition, so whoever wins the battle moves on and becomes the lead car.
Yes.
So let's say this first battle, the winner of that will lead the next battle in the top 8.
Correct. And would you say that is a advantage in leading first?
Not really. I think chasing first is good, and then no. Other way around. Yeah, it's an advantage to lead first, because then you have the tire, you have the speed, this and that, and then if you're chasing, you're burning that up, and you might not have enough to have a proper lead in your second run, if that makes sense.
I've heard similar things from other drivers, that you
kind of set the pace if you're leading.
Yes.
Which then you can play some mind games with the other person, and you do things they don't really expect you to, speed or whatever. By the way, Espen Rode, as you said before, blew his engine, and now he's running his teammate Hunter Taylor's car, the Toyota Supra, and I know for a fact this car does not run as it should.
No, they've had a lot of little issues here and there that they're tinkering with, but he has driven that car once before at Rudskogen. I believe he borrowed it there too, and he was wheeling it. So hopefully everything keeps together, and dang, it would be so cool to see him win.
Oh, hell yeah.
In a borrowed car on his 18th birthday.
Oh,
That'd be so cool.
Hell yeah. So that car I know has a front end that is new. So they went from one type of front end to a new one.
Yep.
And they have not really figured out, and I've heard, a little birdie told me, that the front end on the Supra, on that specific kit, is apparently not very good.
Yeah.
So it is unfortunate that no matter what settings, whatever it is that you do, you really have to work the car. It's not as easy to drive as many others. Yeah. So not having a car that you've driven a lot, on top of not having a front end that is even remotely close to easy to drive, if Espen does this, I think he should buy a ticket to a lottery somewhere and become a billionaire and just and quit drifting. Like, you can't have more luck than that. My goodness. Anyway, back to the battle at hand. Andreas Johansson against Robert Åhäll. Andreas Johansson in this gray BMW E36 against Robert Åhällen's E92 in blue. So Robert Åhäll in the blue car is known for driving very aggressively on angle.
Yep.
But that might not be the best idea today. So we'll see if he can rein it back a little bit. So you want to drive at 100%.
Yep.
But I don't think that is a good idea today. You have to be at 97.645, like something like that. You have to have some margin.
A little safety there.
So we'll see who comes out on top. So we're going to do one run. And we're going to switch places, they come back, and we're going to do it all over again. So if you're new to drifting, let me know in the comments, and we'll try to explain everything to you, because this is a complex sport.
Yeah.
No matter how you look at it.
Sport, there's no checkered flag. It's just, you got to put the car where you have to put it to get your points, you know? There
are 3 judges who are looking at every run, determining how to win, how to lose, and there are criteria in this. There's way too much to just saying in one sentence, but there are a couple of things that you should not be outside the track with your tires, either front or back. You should not be stopping a drift. You should be drifting the whole lap. That could net you at 0 if you don't. You should not be opposite drifting or drifting in the wrong direction. You should not be driving normally, whatever that means in drifting. Your tires should never be straight, let's say.
Yes.
You can't do what's called a rolling burnout.
Yeah.
You have to be on angle.
Exactly.
Everywhere. Those are the huge criteria, and there are smaller ones, like you are allowed to have contact, but you are not allowed to have a big contact.
Yeah.
It should not
affect the other car.
Yes. And if it does, the judges are going to deem either one at fault.
Yes.
It could be that the driver in front slows down too much or is excessively. It could also be that the driver in the rear is way too aggressive.
Yeah.
And that is why we have 3 judges. They have to look at every single incident, every single battle, and have to judge. That's the whole point of being a judge.
Oh, here they go.
Here we go, the start line, and they're off.
Oh my God, it's like, he ain't moving. He's throttling, but he's not moving.
The camera angle does not give this justice. It's actually faster than it looks. We're throwing it in. Andreas Johansson in the front, Åhäll in the back. Trying to make this. And the key point here, they want to have proximity between the cars. The judges want to see you being very, very close to each other. Andreas Johansson getting into it, but we cannot see.
To outer 5, you see that tire wall right there. You don't want to hit that. It's 6. I think they do. That was actually a really clean first run, I gotta say. It's a little twitchy because the grip is different everywhere. Your car is going to slide out here and there, little corrections, and you don't want to be too close, but you cannot have an inactive chase either. You got to chase the car that's leading you.
And depending on how much horsepower you have and the engine setup, it's way more difficult for some cars than others to actually control your power band and where you are and how these things. So Robert was on a what we call a shallower line here,
Yes.
was on more on the inside of the track, and he needs to be on the same line that Andreas is,
Yep.
which makes that Roberto has maybe a slight disadvantage here. You can see they have them about the same line. Throwing in, others on 4.
Minor angle.
Inner clip 1, we're way off, I think. And Robert misses on the outer zone 4, 5, and 6 a little bit here, trying to get into it. And we see Robert basically straight there.
Almost. He had very low angle, so you want to mimic the line, the angle, everything the lead car is doing as a chase.
Exactly.
So,
Whatever it is that the lead car is doing, you have to do better, or at least the same.
yes.
There's one caveat though. The judges have said if you are a chase driver, we'd rather see you be further back but on a better line than being very close and on a very shallow line.
Yes. Then you're missing the whole line, basically.
Yes.
You won't
You
fill the zones.
Exactly. You should be on a good line regardless.
All right, they've swapped places now, so Robert is in the lead and Andreas is in the chase. It looks very slow, but they are actually moving.
Yes, yes. Camera perspective does not do this well.
And bump view is awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
They initiate to both initiate properly, see if they can reach out to the outer zone number 1.
Very nice, smooth from Robert Åhäll here.
Ooh, coming in hot. Can he reach that inner clip?
Andreas falling back, needs to get closer if he wants the judges to award him the win here.
Very nice and smooth, though. He keeps his angle very the majority of outer there. Oh, bumper. Hello. He did have a really smooth angle. Like, it wasn't hiccuping in the angle.
Yeah, very, very smooth.
It looked good.
So
According to me, I'm no judge, but it looked good.
that's why we don't judge.
Yes.
We have the easiest job. We just have to
Wow.
comment what we see. Oh, that looks awesome!
That looks great. Although they're a little shallow there.
Yeah,
Both
definitely.
of them. But I do like Andreas mimicking that angle through the course.
Rolling it hard in outer zone 4
Yep.
into inner clip.
He didn't really get into that inner clip though, so that might have been why he had to get out of outer 5 a little early here. You see, kind of.
And that's kind of the problem where
Stretching it.
we see there are repercussions. If you're on a line that is not conducive to a good line at the start, it kind of follows you throughout the run.
Yeah, it does mess up the rest of the run.
So we have to see who wins. I think we should try to get a shot of that. There should be a announcement on who's the winner down at the track somewhere. Who moves on?
Who is it gonna be? Is it gonna be Andreas or Robert?
Vi måste klippa till vem som vinner battlen, annars går det inte. We have Robin Bryngelsson and Rickard Ivars.
Waiting on some. There we go. Technical stuff here. They're getting out of the cars.
Big hug.
Just a little tap on the back. And good job, dude.
Yeah, Robert Åhäll is a big guy. He's tall. He's hard to reach around.
But he's like a teddy bear. That is so nice.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about drifting. A lot of all the drivers are just so nice and helpful to each other. If someone's car is down, next team hops in, helps in whatever way they can so they can battle. That's like the only sport where there's that kind of
Camaraderie.
Exactly.
We're lifting the flag. Who's going to take it? It's Andreas Johansson. Andreas Johansson in his BMW E36 moves on.
Write that down.
Yeah, that's probably good.
So he will be leading the Great 8 battle he'll do later.
Correct.
Nice, and we got 2 on Andreas and 1 on Robert. So it was kind of split though.
Yeah.
Unanimous. Words.
So-
It's cold. I'm like,
Yeah, you're warm up to it. You'll get to it. Rickard Ivars against Robin Bryngelsson.
And
So-
Robin has the S14 there, and Ivars had some steering issues earlier. His power steering went out.
He said the car was really, really hard to drive.
Yeah, and especially the Manji part or outer 2, 3 out to 4. That's where
Yeah.
that car's not happy.
And that's kind of what we saw with me saying that he threw backies. It's kind of the same thing there, where he doesn't really have the control over the car that he wants to.
Right.
And that's very frustrating.
Yes.
So Robin on the left, Rickard on the right. Audi versus Nissan.
Nissan, Germany versus Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some sunshine though. That's beautiful.
Yeah, glistening, everything.
All right, initiating, coming out to Adderall. Oh,
huge
no.
correction by Robin
He's
in the back.
That's a 0 on chase.
Ooh, boy.
Dang.
Huge error from Robin there.
And there you see it.
Huge angle from Rickard Ivars.
That was on the edge of backing.
Yeah.
That was the edge.
So
Didn't completely do a backing, but almost.
Robin really struggling behind there.
Yeah, maybe it is gripping up now. It looks kind of patchy there. You got some tire smoke coming out, and yeah, that track is not pleasant to drive on right now.
Rickard Ivars told us on the driver's briefing that when you exit out of the last zone over the finish line, he says that the concrete walls on the left-hand side, he said, they look so angry, I'm scared. So,
don't ever look at the wall.
And I told him, just put some googly eyes on them. They look way less scary.
You just gave me the greatest idea. Thank you, Rickard.
So
it's like, oh, what happened here? Tomorrow morning, there's googly eyes on the wall.
I would
what?
love that. I would love that. So here we see Robin Bryngelsson, shallow line. Rickard Ivars really pouring on it, but he didn't overdo it, I would say, looking from that angle at least.
Although he is off
he
course
is
there.
Very, very far off.
Dang, that was almost 2 tires off.
Yeah.
So that line that we could see out there was the edge of the track, to say. Yeah, he definitely was like, I'm getting away from that wall.
No. And the drivers are told to finish the course on the right-hand side of the track, so we don't want contact after the finish line, because that can happen.
Yep.
And if that happens along those concrete walls, that's pretty much the end of your day and season.
Yep, that's going to be damaging. Very, very damaging.
So we switch places. Rickard Ivars is now going to follow. And Robin Bryngelsson has been a phenomenal lead and chase car driver during the season in the Swedish Championship, but I have yet to see him drive in the wet.
Yep.
So I hope that we can see some way better showing than he had in the chase position here, because there were some hiccups. He had a straightening. That's not usually what we see from this guy, but then again, the conditions.
Yes. Yeah, that patchy, no go.
There's just there are too many. It's like, hey, let's do algebra 3, and you don't know how to count to 2. Like, that's kind of what you're trying to do here. Like, you have no idea. Like, there are so many parameters. There are so many complex things that you have to do.
Yeah.
And drifting basically, I don't want to say like, but it basically cooks down a lot of times to math. Like, how much angle and speed and grip, the slip coefficient, all these other mathematical terms on how to run the car.
Yep.
And I have to do all this math to figure out, do I have enough speed? When I flick my car now, how much angle do I have to slow down the car enough? And I have to do that in a split second.
Yeah. And track conditions just add on to that. It can just slide out on you, and you're like, well, now I have too much angle all of a sudden. Or I'm like, whoa, sliding off course.
Imagine
I didn't do the input for it, but it happened.
Exactly. Imagine that the track looks from the sky view as the 101 Dalmatians movie, like that kind of dog, the Pongo dog. It's black and white spots everywhere, and that's kind of how the patchy the track is. So you have 10 meters that are good, and the rest is just like all over the place.
Yep. All right, here we go. Rickard in the chase. Robin in the lead, coming up that hill. That angle every time.
Yeah,
it gets me, but then they haul.
That's the snooze angle. All right.
Initiated there, yep.
Throwing in outer zone 2.
Ooh, yeah, you can see how the car launches here and there.
Rickard Ivars being closer, definitely following better, moves on angle, being on the inside. Robin Bryngelsson smooth out in front. Rickard needs to move in now if he wants that win here. Oh, he's gonna go out in the tire wall. No, he barely made it. Kan vi få att kamerorna zoomar inte in så mycket? Vi behöver komma ut lite grann. Vi måste se båda bilarna samtidigt. Så bara 30% ut.
Yeah, that was gnarly. That was close. Let's see that replay. I want to see it.
I think that Rickard looks to do a good job here.
Yeah. Yeah, that chase.
Jag gjorde det.
All right, let's see. Yeah, no, his proximity is way better. He does. Oh, that's almost the tap right there. which can mean that added angle there to the slickness might have shot him out towards that tire wall a lot. That is gnarly.
Huge gap between them at the end of the run there.
Yep.
So we'll see who wins. Trying to get down on the track and see where the flag lands.
Yep. See who gets it. Those two cars next to each other, though, that's kind of
that's baller.
It's good word. I was like, you cannot cuss. Don't say things, Sarah.
Yeah, it's baller. Easy.
Alrighty, who do you think?
It is a one more time, so we're gonna see them again.
There must have been a 0-0 somewhere.
Yeah, mistakes from both drivers. So you can't win on a bad lead or a bad chase. So they're going at it again.
Indeed.
And we're gonna have these guys run. And I was gonna say before I forget, these guys are running on a spec tire.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
So they're running all on the same tire provided by Kenda tires today. So 265s, which is phenomenal in a lot of ways. Then again, you have to think about drivers who they're not used to them.
Exactly. They might drive on something completely different normally. So
that behaves very differently in dry and wet.
Exactly. So props to all these drivers for killing it the way they are.
And props to Kenda for providing tires free for all drivers.
Absolutely.
So Elias Ålund on the right and Filip Josefsson on the left on the basket. And Elias Ålund on the yellow and pink and purple car. And this car is so clean, so clean. And he had not a single scratch on this thing.
So far, don't say too much.
A whole Swedish championship. A whole Swedish championship. Not one scratch.
What?
It's crazy. And we had concrete walls around the whole track last track.
Oh my goodness.
He's insane. But is that enough to battle it out at Gatebil Drift Battle?
We will see. We will see.
Filip Josefsson, who is known for having an aggressive style and being very, very quick. However, in the wet, that's kind of diminished, and it kind of equalizes everyone a little bit, especially on the same tire, because you have to work with setups a lot more to work around that tire grip that you now have found. So Elias Ålund on the right-hand side in picture, and Filip Josefsson is going to follow.
Here they go up the hill. You can tell they're more speed now, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Doing a little monkey initiation there.
Ooh, early one from Filip Josefsson in the back.
Okay. They're continuing though. They're just going for it. Just awesome. See if they can get that inner clip. Not sure, but we will see the replay later.
Elias is trying to do his smoothest run here. Filip Josefsson trying to follow as closely as he can. Very, very nicely. Kan vi klippa till den sista kameran? Do we think that?
It kind of looked like it going out to outer one there. Kind of looked like it pushed him. And you just said he never had any scratches on that car.
I jinxed it.
Dude.
Look here from the drone shot. From the drone shot.
Okay, let's see here.
No, I don't think so.
No.
That's good. So Elias is on a shallow line, needs to be on the outside hand of the track, and is not. They're throwing an angle going into inner clip 1 here. They need to be on the inside, and they kind of are. And then trying to get out. And consistent...
holding the edge of the track there, that was nice.
Yeah, Filip Josefsson trying to catch up, but at least keeping consistent distance between the cars.
Yes.
And your job as a lead driver, you need to realize that you don't have to try to drive away or escape from the driver behind you. You have to invite them.
Yep, chaseable lead.
Please get on my door, do whatever you want. Kind of my body is ready. It's kind of the same thing. So you have to make it very, very inviting. You have to do it pleasantly, as I said before, without corrections and that kind of stuff. So make you predictable. And I think that Elias did, in this case, I don't want to say a poor job of that, but not an exemplary job of that, being on a very shallow line, not leaving room for Filip Josefsson. And that makes Filip Josefsson look a little bit worse than he actually is. because it looks like, oh, he has no proximity. Yes, but Elias Ålund did not invite that proximity.
Right.
He did not create that proximity for them. So there's a lot going on, and the judges are going to look at it very, very harshly.
Yeah.
You can be deemed at fault for doing a bad lead run.
Exactly.
We're
Here
going
we
to
go.
switch again. So now, Filip Josefsson, will he get the opportunity to do a way better lead run and prove to the judges that he is the one who's going to come out on top?
Ooh, nice initiation there. They reached out and were at angle right away. Elias is a little shallow there. He could slide out a little bit further and gain some proximity. But it's looking really solid. That lead is beautiful.
Very, very smooth, and that's kind of what we've seen from Filip for all these years. He's just a very, very good driver.
Oh, yeah.
Elias catching up.
He's catching up. He's there. It's like ice skating out there.
Yeah. And unfortunately for them, the track is going to dry up fairly quickly, actually.
Yeah, at least on the hill and the first part of it, and then that sweeper with the inner clip and outer 5 and 6, that's where it gets really slick when it's just a little bit wet if you compare it to the rest of the surface.
So think about that math exercise. You had this kind of grip before, and now you're picking up way more speed from the start line.
Yep.
And then you have to account for, oh shit, there's no grip down below
Yep.
in the pocket where you're going to do the
here.
first hand left.
You slide out a lot when it's wet.
Yeah.
But they control that
Yeah,
beautifully.
Filip does a
and
great
wow,
job here.
That proximity is great. That's probably the best last half of the track in chase I've seen.
Absolutely. And
Ooh, you got out wide there. That kind of went nice.
Very good. And we want the drivers to end up on the right-hand side before the start line. So there is an outer zone 6.
Yep.
We have
there
to
is.
get to it. They get out of the car. I love that, by the way. This started after British or Irish drifting became big. Drivers getting out of the cars. That used to never happen before.
No.
Never, never.
Yeah, it's. I think it's very Irish. Yeah, I've seen that on at FD and stuff. A lot of people just sit there, and then Dean or people will hop out and say, "Thank you for a good battle."
Yep.
It's so nice.
Filip Josefsson takes it. Filip Josefsson takes it. Well deserved. Very, very smooth. Good run by him.
Yeah, that was a beautiful lead run in patchy conditions. I'm mind blown.
So I want to see you in your Mustang out here.
Yeah, I mean, when it's wet, hell yeah. That's when my Mustang can actually reach out where it should on this track. Otherwise, I'll be in the little burn yard over here, playing around, trying to tandem with people, because that's where I can actually get close. When it's dry out here, these cars that drive out here, a lot of them have like 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'll see you in the turns.
Yeah,
Bye.
exactly, exactly. So we're going to have this one more time battle between Ivars and Robin Bryngelsson, who the judges could not decide. The 3 judges could not decide who was the winner. And now we're going at it again. So Ivars is on lead. He's going to lead Robin Bryngelsson around here. And we saw some mistakes from Robin. I think he's going to clean them up in the chase position.
Yeah.
Problem is, when it's patchy and you're chasing, that is way more difficult. You have to make a lot of adjustments. Let's see, Robin Bryngelsson shallow here, trying to get in.
Oh,
Is there going to be
there.
contact? No.
Oh, very shallow though, unfortunately, but he had that proximity for a little bit. But you can see that it is getting way grippier than it was last time they ran too.
Robin got a little bit too close, and here Ivars makes some huge mistakes as well.
Yeah,
Not getting out, he's going to hit the wall. Oh,
my gosh.
barely misses it. My goodness gracious.
I can see him just slide out there. Just whee.
Oh.
The ice.
Wow. So we saw from the start that Robin Bryngelsson getting on the inside and getting a little bit too close to Ivars.
Yeah,
too close for comfort. And then, had to either brake or pull the handbrake, and that kind of messes up his line a little bit. So we'll see here when they throw in, and kind of scrappy from them both, actually. And not what we're used to seeing here. We see Robin get very close and then have to check up a little bit.
Yeah, it's rough to the judges now, too, to determine if they were decelling in a non-decel zone and stuff when it's wet like this.
Yeah, that looks
nice
like a big mistake from Rickard. I don't think that's a 0, but it is. He is offline and is very high angle, and yeah, it's a difficult one.
It is.
I do not envy the judges right now.
Me neither. Yeah, props to the judges for judging, because that ain't easy. That ain't easy. Now with this caliber drivers, these conditions, it's something. So they're swapping places. Words are hard today. Sorry, guys. But Robin will be in the lead, and Rickard will chase.
Yeah, it's also very difficult. Actually, if people don't think about that, to say these names in proper Swedish and then switch back to American English.
Yeah,
that's difficult.
It's
I could say Rickard Ivars.
Rickard.
It's
Ivars.
It doesn't have the same, kind of tone to it.
Nah.
So we're switching. So Robin is now leading. Can he prove he is a better lead driver? And can Rickard prove he's a better chase driver? Because that's what it's all about. Bigger distance, and here is Rickard. He's going to go off track, I think. No, he is not. And he does an amazing job behind, leaving enough space for Robin to do his transition, getting into the inner clip. I think Rickard Ivars, he knows that he made some mistakes, and he does want to clean those up quite a lot. Here we see some more mistakes from them both. Oh, Rickard Ivars.
Oh my.
Heavier.
Closer and closer every lap.
Yeah. Heavier car. I think that's...
yeah, the weight moving over. And when it's tilting out just a little bit, it'll just slide.
Yeah, you should know, right? Driving a Mustang. That's kind of a
we have the same weight on the car, actually.
Oh, yeah?
1,600 kilos.
That's a ferry boat.
Yeah, it's the on the line.
You can haul other cars on that. Oh my God.
Oh, so can he. He has a heavy car.
It's amazing. He really has the higher line than Robin.
Yeah.
Crazy good. This is the Rickard Ivars I want to see, because he has an insane potential, but has always been held back by mechanical stuff, and it's unfortunate, but he really shines when he's comfortable.
Yeah.
He came from absolutely nothing. No one knew who he was in competitive drifting many years ago, and he dominated some qualifying and some competition, like an exciting driver, regardless.
Yeah. The control, though, and the proximity, that was a perfect chase for the conditions we're in.
Definitely.
I love that.
And he had a BMW M5, if I don't remember incorrectly, when he got famous on YouTube and other stuff, and he called that the pig. It was an M5.
Also a heavier car.
Exactly. that was why he called it a pig. But it's 1,000 horsepower street car. So he had a lot of fun with that one going to work.
The names are a little swapped here, but no problem. We'll see who gets it.
It is
Rickard Ivars.
Rickard Ivars moves on in the Volkswagen bought and owned Audi, because that's where it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Volkswagen owns a lot today, actually. Like
it does.
A lot.
A lot.
Like, Lamborghini, Audi, Bugatti, hot body.
All of it. Just all of it.
It's kind of crazy. Scania at this point as well. The trucks, they all own as well.
They're good trucks. I like those.
They are.
Good trucks.
Oh yeah, as a truck driver, you should know.
I drive a Scania.
Oh,
Good.
Nice. Nice. So which one?
That I do not know.
Ah, okay.
Newer. So it's not as great as the older ones.
Ah.
It does good. It does good. I like it. Picasso.
Yes, exactly. So we're going to move on in the ladder here, the battles.
Yeah, so Andreas versus Rickard later in the grade 8. Our first grade 8 battle is determined.
Yes, and then moving on, who's going to go into another grade 8 battle is Joachim Vårgård and Kevin Brunberg. Joachim Vårgård here in picture with a Norwegian driver against the Swedish one, representing Volvo, and on the left-hand side here in the camera.
Off they go.
Joachim Vårgård is BMW M4 and monster V8 under the hood, and he had some issues earlier today, he said. So he wanted to sort those out. Kind of late initiation there from... is he going off? No, he's not. He kept it on the track, but he's gonna spin out. That was
nice job for Kevin, though, holding it together. Yeah. He kind of distanced himself. He's like, is he gonna go off or not? I'm just gonna continue to drift here calmly, keep my distance. Got back in there, then he spun, and he kept it together beautifully here.
Yeah, fantastic camera work as well. We could see exactly what was happening. That's great. That's great.
Love it.
Amazing.
How are y'all doing in the live feed here?
Yeah,
are y'all live?
Looking at the looking at the comments. What's up, everybody? So,
I'm excited for this replay. Dang, Joachim. What was that? He might have gotten unstable there from that first and just overcompensated or something.
A late
that's
entry.
A lot.
Wow, do you see that?
He might have DB'd it and spun on that or something. Because he just continued to like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe, I don't know what happened. Something happened, though, when he went off there.
A small detail, this is me just hypothesizing, but when he went out on the edge of the track where it's actually dry,
Yep.
I don't think he would have saved that the way he did if it wasn't dry, because I could see the car like really gripping up and driving it inwards towards the inside of the track. And yeah, that would have not happened otherwise.
Boy, he's got the pressure on him now.
Yeah, I'll see Jazz here in the comments. Can't park there, mate.
Can't park there.
No, you can't. No, you can't. You can't park there, mate.
I've seen so many videos of people yelling that at people and they get so mad.
Yeah,
it's great.
they are not happy about that.
All right, Kevin in the lead here, Joachim in the chase. Let's see. Tires are still on that car, so we're good to go.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
Kevin Brunberg throws it in.
Good, nice initiation there. Early and nice. Can he reach out to outer zone number 1? Not really, but...
Joachim Vårgård higher line and makes space for Kevin to do his transition. Tries to dive in here to inside clip 1.
That's a long car.
Oh, and he's off.
He slid. Oh. That was the most, wow.
Yikes.
Ouch. That bumper.
Wow, that was just gone.
Quick release.
Thanos snapped it when he ran over. It's like, poof.
I'm sorry, that looked funny.
Wow. That was
aggressive. Just
that was
gone.
Oh my goodness.
BMWs like bumpers, apparently.
Yeah. It's solid. I don't know. It kind of seemed to me like it went to 1,000 pieces afterwards. I hope not.
I hope not.
I hope not. So here we see.
Like it's slick out there, but right inside of that line, and out here too, it might have just gone a little too wide, and it's rubbery, it's wet where they haven't been driving, and just shwee.
Heavier car.
Oh yeah, that bumper's done. Sorry.
Yeah.
Kevin got a really nice wide line there, and continued his lead. I'm gonna say, safe to say, Kevin's probably going on a great day.
Yeah, there's a double zero from Joachim Vårgård.
Yeah, unfortunately. Such a good driver otherwise, but the conditions, man. The tires might be set up for wet, and then it wasn't, and then it was, or it might be set up for dry, and yeah, you never know.
You have a fan in the YouTube chat, by the way.
I do. Facebook chat is y'all alive over there? I see
Kevin
y'all watching.
Brunberg takes the win.
Hey.
Kevin Brunberg takes the win. Goes on to the top 8. But yeah, we have a fan here saying that he loves your voice. He can go to sleep listening to her.
I have a soothing voice.
Yes.
Talking about drift cars.
You should be like a
podcast
reading.
lady.
Oh yeah, exactly. You should be reading like bedtime stories.
I could start
Drifting
a podcast.
bedtime stories.
And the car went off.
And the front bumper went into the abyss.
Yes.
Next pair, Jim Olofsson, the Swedish champion.
Tool and Ivars and that MK4 Red Supra, both such wheelmen. I've seen them drive at various events, and this is gonna be spicy. I'm excited.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good.
A Toyota GT86 front end on that Supra.
Yeah, it was a little odd.
Yeah, yeah. When you see it, you're gonna recognize it. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he was one of the first.
Scared.
I think he was the first one to do that.
Yeah,
in Sweden.
It works. It works.
Many,
it's a little
many
gap
ago.
out to those other countries.
Yeah. I like a little bit of Mexi flush. It's cool.
That's neat.
I love it. I'm digging it. I'm picking up what you're putting down. So Jim Olofsson in the black BMW E30.
Also a very cool car.
Yes.
Like very odd, very hard to set up properly, very hard to maintain too. Like it's a lot with those cars, and the way that team has handled it and driving, it's awesome.
And that car is built in a very specific way. There are many things on that car that are actually very unconventional. So
it's a Frankenstein.
Yeah, pretty much.
Special edition.
Very, very cool. So we're throwing it in here. Let's see a big entry from. Oh my
big
God! Where was he going? Almost turning it around.
Yeah, I mean, he saved it though. He's off. He's probably zeroed in the chase, unfortunately. Something ain't right.
Yeah, and Jim Olofsson very far off line there. Needs to get back into it. He does slowly but surely. I think that the finals here might be dry, but until the finals, it's gonna suck.
Yeah, it's a ball toss. It's just.
Yeah, you have
so
no
patchy.
idea. You have no idea where the grip is, and I hope that we can see if Jim Olofsson I know he was off earlier. He was.
Let's see here. Yeet.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
A little contact there too. Yim is holding it together really nice though. That outer one is beautiful. Even though he might have gotten a little booped. And yeah, catching that dirt there might have messed up 20.
And that is a straightening, what we call. So that means that you were not on drift, and that's going to mean that you have a 0. So you are not in the advantage for that half of the battle.
Yes. Exactly. Can't straighten, can't spin. Oof. Yeah, 2 tires off. So, but he continues though. He's feeling it out, continuing to feel how that track is for his next battle here when they'll swap places. So Tony will lead and Yim will chase. That is an interesting front on the MK4. It's pretty neat. Pretty neat.
It can be done in a very tasteful way.
Yeah, it was nice. Very nice, very nice. Here they go. Tony in the lead, Yim in the chase.
Oh, the sun peeking through.
It's beautiful. Now it's sunny. Couldn't have been sunny earlier when we're outside.
Nope.
Come on now, guys. All right.
Throwing it in, so we're going to see if... Oh, huge error from Tony again in the first corner.
Or did he get pushed? I don't know. It might have strained. I don't know. There was contact.
Convenient.
Ooh, very angly, but not angly. Something ain't right.
Yeah.
It feels like something ain't right.
Tony Overstedt, who is a very talented driver generally, and I hope that we can see him move forwards in other ways than this, but I think this is where his kind of night ends.
Yeah, it's... Oh, look at that rear.
Yeah,
oh, that poor car's been through so much.
Actually, Yim is retiring that car because of that. It is just a mushy... Think of mushed peas.
Yeah, I was going to
with
say
4 wheels on it.
It's about time.
Yeah.
It's about time. That thing's been through it. But it's been rocking it, though, which is awesome for the amount of stuff that it has been through.
It's been around, like all around town. But yeah, so the job from Jim here in the...
Ooh, did I hear ice car?
Chase.
Yes.
Yes.
Did I hear E30 ice car now?
Yes.
Sorry.
Correct.
Distractions.
That is
ADHD
correct.
Stuff. Sorry. Okay, focus. I'm here. I'm back.
So I think that Jim might be taking this if there was something that we did not see in the first part, though.
Yes, unfortunately, we seem to have some technical difficulties here and there, but we're working on it, so hopefully it'll be better for the next.
Certainly I'm not working on it because I am the worst with technology. Oh my goodness.
Me too. I was like, okay, we got talking sticks, we're good.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, let's see.
Smiles on faces, though.
Jim Olofsson takes the win.
Yep.
Moves
Smiles
on.
Good moods, though. Good moods. I love it.
They've been around so long. They've driven before. It's just they know what's up.
That beat up E30. Anyone want an ice car? Let him know.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that would be too much power for an ice car, I think.
I think.
Oh, I mean, you could get the rally spike tires. That'd be solid. Like the big tires.
Yes,
like
but I do really believe that he's going to pick that engine out of that car and just move to another platform. Maybe. It seems like the logical thing to do.
E30 V6 ice car.
You are talking crazy. So
Yes.
anyway, moving on. In lighter news, so Luke Woodham in his Garage D Monster Energy S14.
Oh, there he is. I was like, where is Ole Peter?
And then
Hello.
Ole Peter Walton som... Well, is he... I can't really... I talked to Luke beforehand, and he said... Luke said that he was a bit uncomfortable with the tires, and he did not really seem to... And he's between gears.
Oh, okay.
So he said, like, third is too short, and fourth is too long, which means that he either has to go for 100% or 110% to make the corner on fourth gear, and third is not enough, so he can't make adjustments.
Yes.
If he's committed, he's committed, which means that driving that is a bit of an uphill on top of the conditions.
And on top of the person he's battling, too.
Yes.
That is one of the best drivers for sure that
Very
I've seen in a
seasoned.
long time. Yeah, very, very skilled driver there. All of them are, but Ole Peter definitely delivers.
Ole in the lead,
Where's
and Luke Woodham in the chase position.
Let's get it, boys.
Woodham said, I'm competitive, but I'm not here to crush it. Like, I'm here to have fun. That was the point for him.
As long as you're having fun.
Yeah. That's kind of the point for him.
Initiation here.
Let's see where he does. Bit of a shallow one, and that could be.
We're gripping.
Yeah, they are.
Oda kept that slidey line out there and going wide in all the zones like he needs to.
Oh, very, very high angle. Almost parks it there. Luke Woodham getting closer.
Yeah. And you can see the puddle.
Yeah, they're working with the wheel, trying to close off the course.
Nice job for both.
Very difficult from Luke there.
Yes.
Unfortunately, in the back, kind of made an early initiation. It didn't really pan out.
Got in a little too shallow there on outer one and gripped up so much. You can see him basically shoot to the other side of the track.
Yeah. Let's see here, Ole Petervatn. So.
But that's probably that third gear I was talking about. He couldn't get that initiation speed over there.
And he said in the driver's briefing he preferred if they moved the start line back because he wanted more speed
coming
to
up
initiate.
the hill, yeah.
So that's unfortunate. And that's just driving style and all. But here he does a great job.
Yeah.
Ole Petervatn
he's good.
Inviting for a good tandem and the lead position. Nothing really to complain about there. But
now that lead was solid.
I don't think that this is going to be an advantage to Luke as of yet.
Now we'll see how this goes. They swap a route. Leighton chase.
And
that
Luke.
Nissan looks mean though.
Yeah, V8 under the hood and has driven many miles in this car. And as I said before, he's a race car driver at heart and loves chasing lap times. Actually, he's not a drift driver. He's a lap time driver. He's been around bikes for a long time and grew up working on bikes for the most part, and then just kind of went to an event and there was a person he went with, and he was a track marshal actually, and he saw drift cars and he's like, oh, I want to do that.
Like,
and then he started.
Yeah.
And then a couple of years later, he's around Ken Block doing Gymkhana events.
That is so cool.
Crazy story.
So cool.
And to this day, Luke is the person who works on his own cars, fixes other people's cars. Every time I see him, his hands are dirty.
Yeah.
Like he's driving and then he's getting out and he's fixing stuff, and like he's very hands-on, and I really appreciate and admire that about a lot of these guys. They're very hands-on and being into the sport and into the cars and just being excited about what they do. As for this battle, Luke Woodham now in the lead position. Can he gain the speed that he wants to do when he has no one in front? Could that work out?
It's looking good so far. That's a good initiation there.
Having felt the track, knowing where it's slippery and not, gaining the speed here.
Ooh,
nice one.
But gets it out,
Ole Petervatn composed behind, but trying to get closer now, and he does. Very good job. Ole Petervatn does not want to let go.
Yeah, really clean.
Difficult conditions too. You can really see the drivers, a lot of corrections.
Oh yeah, a lot in the steering wheel right now too.
Trying to find the grip.
Trying to make it smooth, although the rear end is sliding out. You're like correcting all the time.
Exactly.
But that's for all of them, so I think the judges will understand that part and not judge too hard on it looking twitchy.
I think so too.
Let's see here. Oh, it looks smooth. Looks good. I don't know if it was wide enough out to the outer two there, but it looks good to me.
I think we're going to see, we see some smoke, some water.
A little bit of everything going on right now. Poor guys. They got the patch of it. See, it's still shiny. It's still wet-ish, but drying.
Yeah. Imagine if you had
and it's cold.
Oh, yeah, that too.
In Sweden right now, it's not warm.
No.
It's fall, like big-time fall. It snowed in Norway yesterday.
Oh, really?
Somewhere. I don't know exactly where, but somewhere in Norway it snowed yesterday.
Oh,
it's not even October.
Oh, my.
All right, let's see who gets this. Oh, that's fun. That's nice. He gets out on the same side.
Oh, that's right. Didn't think about that. Didn't think about that. Yeah, I think Luke kind of knows here where this is going. Ole Petervatn moves on to top 8.
Let's see. So Jim versus Ole later.
Ooh. Right now we have Andreas Johansson versus Rickard Ivars. We have Filip Josefsson versus Kevin Brunberg. And Jim Olofsson versus Ole Petervatn. So we have Swedes on the left of the bracket and 1 Norwegian so far in the top 8.
Yeah.
Right hand side.
Is it going to be Sweden or is it going to be Norway? Ba, ba, ba.
Well,
we shall see.
we're kind of the majority here.
Yeah. But don't say too much. You never know. Next battle. So, I was like, so he's waving. Thank you.
Yes, Luke
He's
Woodham in the
doing a
background.
little donut.
Yeah, he
Thank
is.
you, Burnout. Oh, it's a Burnout competition tonight, actually.
Exactly.
Might go there.
So Woodham has been driving these 9 countries that I said in 12 days, up in smoke tour with a bunch of drifters, including Chelsea Denofa.
Nice.
Been around Europe, Portugal, Spain, everywhere.
That is awesome.
In street cars. So
It's here in June, actually, too. We drove the taxis and the Monster Energy group.
Yeah.
And that was interesting. Unfortunately, his car broke right in front of me, and I was like, oh, dang.
Yeah.
But it was so
Broke
much
the
fun.
subframe.
Yeah. But just seeing both of them out there, too, just driving so much is good.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the rental car, I was about to say.
Yeah,
got the rental.
Espen Rode, the 18-year-old. Has he turned, or is he turning tonight?
Today. He is 18 today.
He's 18 today,
Yeah.
so he turned last night.
Yep.
18 years old, Norwegian Pro 2 champion in his teammate's car, Toyota Supra. And we have Matthias Nyriggen in this absolutely beautiful chaser.
One of my favorite cars out here. It's a family car. It's got 4 doors.
Correct.
I love it.
And it is the dream car of many, many, many enthusiasts, including myself.
It is amazing.
Oh, my goodness. And they're
It's so pretty.
so expensive.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And he's drifting it, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And here we go. Espen Rode in this car, we know, is not running well and is very... Yeah, you can see the kind of twitch that he does here, trying to find out. And this is... he hasn't driven this car today, I think. Maybe 1 or 2 laps.
I think, yeah, like 1 lap earlier.
Nice job. Very, very
Working
nice.
that. Nice. He's out wide. Come
Oh,
in.
no! And
no.
Matthias Nyriggen figures it out really quickly that Espen is going looping it around. So,
He parked it. Dang.
oh, that's a bummer.
Maybe it was that full lock angle on that, choking it out so hard. Yeah, I can.
That could have been Espen's advantage there. It was a very, very good lead run from our perspective.
Yes, until there, unfortunately. Too much decel.
Bummer.
That thing is jumping around there. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Very
Good save from Matthias. Very good
yeah,
save there.
good racecraft.
Yeah.
Realizing what was going on.
Yeah, I kind of see it. It's like, all right. Angle. Oh, is he spin? I don't know. Backing off. Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
That's the thing, though, when you drive with Pro, for example, because I drive with both Rookie and Pro.
Right.
When you see Rookie, you can kind of tell what's going to happen fairly easy. And Pro, it looks good until all of a sudden it's not.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, whoa.
Yeah, it's kind of drawing the parallels to driving on a street tire and driving on a slick, which means that a slick has a way higher grip level, but the margins are so small that if you turn and you have the slightest bit of slip, you kind of just go off. In a street tire, that is way more gradual.
Yes.
So we're switching places. We're going at it again. Matthias Nyriggen this time. Is that smoke from Espen's car? No, I think it's just water. Oh, is he gonna... that's what I thought was gonna happen. Oh my goodness.
God. He knows he has to compensate now for that lead. And can Matthias hold it together in his lead to continue it through and not zero himself too?
That seemed... Wow, that is a great tandem.
Proximity. Hey, Espen, be careful with Hunter's car now. And Matthias' car.
Phenomenal job from Espen. I do want to see that.
That proximity was the best.
I want to see the initiation.
Yes.
I want to see what
Hopefully
happened
we'll get
there.
an overhead little replay here.
I would love to see that from a different angle because what was that?
It almost looked like smoke, but it might have just been grip.
Yeah.
A little bit.
What happened there? That's the snappiest transition we've seen all day.
Yeah.
By far. Great job out in the chase.
That steering on the Supra is not working in anyone's favor today.
Beautiful. Beautiful proximity here.
Oh yeah, that is gorgeous.
Boop, boop, boop.
Hello. Maybe it helped him there actually.
Probably.
Slide out a little bit.
Probably.
It's like, I got you.
I got you, buddy.
I got you, Norway.
Two Norwegians battling it out.
Yeah. All right. Deflating out a little bit. Don't blow that engine though. Sorry, that was mean. I'm sorry, Espen. Like, that was mean.
Not 2 engines in one weekend.
Too soon. All right, well, good fought from both of them. And very good effort from Espen, I gotta say, in that car. That's not 100% right now.
No.
Matthias for that save and just...
Matthias Nyriggen takes the win. Matthias Nyriggen takes the win in the beautiful chaser. Hunter Hunter Taylor in the chat here. I told him to put it on his door, and he did. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, he did.
Yeah.
That is the best I've seen.
By far. By far.
Let's see who Matthias is going to battle later. Will it be Mikael Johansson or Niklas Jonsson?
And
warming up the tires over there. I see tire smoke. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
It's drying up. It's drying up. Although the road to the finals is probably the roughest one I've seen in drifting. Like, it's not just all wet or just all dry. They've been going through the process of it drying.
yeah, exactly. It is definitely not paved with good intentions, if you know that expression. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. So we have the former Swedish champion. I think, I can't remember correctly, he has won Gatebil previous championships as well. An amazing driver. And I do mean that in the pure sense that he is a world-class driver who can compete with anyone in any series.
Nice.
So this is a bit of a show. And Niklas, on the left-hand side here, is kind of mimicking that in a lot of ways. He's a very talented driver, very early in his career. So a young guy who just wants to prove himself. Unfortunately, doing that against Mikael Johansson, if everything is right with Mikael Johansson's car, this is going to be a bit of an uphill battle.
Oh, yeah. Here they go. Coming up the hill to that initiation here. They got way more speed now than they did earlier. It's great.
Yeah.
Love seeing it.
Definitely. So here we see them throwing it in.
Coming out there to Åhäll. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was huge.
No. Oh no.
Huge crash. Wow. Oh, Niklas is going to feel really bad about that.
Yeah. Unless it was on Mikael initiating somehow too spicy.
I really
and just got
don't
out
think...
that on that little edge.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
but look at the
one
speed.
of our drones have crashed, so we can't see it. But
look at the speed difference. Where Mikael is.
Yeah, there we go.
And then boop.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, dang. Oh, no. Why you do this?
Oh, man, I feel so bad.
That sucks. But it's drifting, baby. That's what happens sometimes. I can't cuss, but excuse my French. Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
Yeah, exactly. There are several possibilities here, but what I do see could have happened is a
I ripped up and just sped up a lot.
Yeah,
into him.
Either Mikael Johansson had to slow down because he was on a too high line and was just off throttle.
Oh,
sending him out that hard.
That was.
Like, look at this. It looks like he just drives through him.
Yeah.
Like, the speed difference should not be that great.
He went far out there. I was like, did your throttle get stuck? And you just brake? No.
Yeah, Niklas is on a lower line. Should not be that close. Oh.
Yeah, it's hard because that's not a decel zone either.
No.
But he can't really accelerate if it is slick out on the edge there. I don't know. They got the same tires, so
yeah.
Maybe it's, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens and what they say. I cannot say.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, that sucks. Dang, I was looking forward.
Yeah, me too. So much. So much.
He looks like he didn't even touch him, basically.
Yeah.
Maybe tire.
Well, he definitely debeated or punctured or something.
Well, he's okay. He's out of the car. That's good. He is standing up. He's bummed, though. Look at that. That pose. That's the bum pose.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
That's a lot of money down the drain. Nicholas is at least getting himself into the pit lane. So I hope that we can see
that tire's
that rim.
Yeah, that wheel, everything. Nope.
That's a bad time.
Maybe it was wheel to wheel that snapped him around somehow.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It just looks so strange. I haven't seen that.
Because he wasn't that far in either. I'm just brainstorming here. I was like, what wheel to wheel? If it was angled that way, boom. But then he had to be super shallow, which he wasn't. So, not sure what happened there.
I mean, tinfoil hat on. Let's see here. Nicholas is deemed at fault.
Yep.
So, so Michael gets reasonable amounts of time.
Yes.
To fix his car, but depending on the damage, that might not be enough.
Fair. That was just water. I just saw that string hanging down, and then I saw a puddle. I was like, is he leaking something? I was like, no. We're good. We're good. We got grass. All right. Yeah, so he'll get a reasonable amount of time to look over his car and make sure it's not too damaged and fix if he has to fix anything. And then believe that Niklas can take his competition timeout if they have such.
Yes, and with the car looking like it does, it should be fixable for Niklas as well.
Yeah.
The most unfortunate thing here is that, as I said before the battle started, is that Niklas Johansson has been a true championship contender and in a lot of ways proving himself quite a lot in the Swedish Championship. However, going up against Mikael Johansson is just a tough task. But
maybe just center too hard.
That's kind of what I'm getting to. What I'm alluding to is that was Niklas trying to prove a point here?
Yeah.
Because that actually really happens way more often than you think. Especially here at festivals where guys come up back on the backside of maybe Luke Woodham and other guys are like, oh, I'm gonna show myself here. I'm gonna see how I stack up. Right. And sometimes you make that happen. A lot of times you actually don't. I'd say most times you don't, actually.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to get Mika's car out of the kitty litter. So we'll try to look at some highlights, and we'll be back in just a moment. I hear the crowd is waving.
Yeah,
look at the sun on their
waving.
faces.
Little girl with rock and roll over here in the corner. How are you all feeling in the chats, though? That's who we are talking to.
Yeah, exactly. We are talking to you at home in your comfortable couch or in your truck or wherever you are.
Even teams, though, will have the live stream in the pits, so they're ready if something were to happen.
That's correct.
Huge shout out to all these drivers' teams that are there to make the car work, you know, make the car be able to drift, and as well like media too. Linus' birthday is today too. Gatebil Media, Linus.
That's right.
So huge shout out, happy birthday! But huge shout out to the media in general, because without that, drifting would not be happening much.
No,
I don't think.
As I said before, with the drifting would not be happening without the crowd, and it definitely would not be happening with all the people working behind the scenes.
Exactly, the track people, everything, safety.
Yeah, from marshals to the event organizers and promoters and media people and all the people who run the things, event organizers and championship organizers and all these complex things. And that on top of being just a driver and having your team and having your car work every single time, showing up, committing to a season, committing to whatever it is.
It's pretty awesome. Like drifting, these events are awesome. I love it.
You
Just
can't,
the community.
You can't get this anywhere else.
No. If I were to go to an oval dirt track race and ask someone for advice on what they set up their car like to make it do what they want it to do, they'd basically just laugh at me and walk away.
Oh, yeah.
They would not help me at all. And that's what I love about drifting. Everyone kind of helps each other out. That may be like track people, everyone kind of just helps each other out. Teams.
Yeah. Trying to figure
drivers,
out, oh, my front
families.
end. Exactly.
Food. Oh. They
Wow.
usually bring like a family and they cook and everything. Oh man, it's so cool.
That's right. So yeah, trying to help each other out with, oh, my front end is doing this, and
Yeah.
I don't know what to do, or could you help me with the setup, or
Yep.
oh, I have these tires, and what kind of pressures are you running, or whatever it is. It's like, because this sport is not that, it is competitive, absolutely,
But it's
the
not a
point,
checkered flag.
exactly, the point of the point of the sport, or the point of drifting from the get-go, was to have fun,
Yep.
have a community, and then we built kind of this competitive professional thing on top of it, which is an important thing to do, but it is very different from what the roots of drifting
Yes.
began.
Exactly.
So that's what we call grassroots today
Yep.
in professional drifting. So some people who did that, they kind of go off and do their own things, but I think it's so fascinating with this sport. So we'll take a little break and we'll be right back.
allesammans, idag är jag på Norge-besök för att testa en produkt som jag har hört väldigt mycket om och som äntligen kommer till Sverige. Men jag kan ju inte åka till Norge utan att hälsa på Gatebil-familjen.
Hallå Sara!
Hej!
Bli med här så tar vi en tur.
Ja! Men se där, du har redan din installerad.
Ja, dette er en safe drive. Vi i Gatebil har et tett samarbeid med gjengen bak det produktet her. Det er viktig for oss. Mange tror jo Gatebil handler bare om råkjøring, men det er minst like viktig for oss med sikkerheten til publikum og deltakere på Gatebil. Både vi i Gatebil og de i safe drive tror at banekjøring er viktig for å ta vekk råkjøringen fra trafikkbildet. Derfor har vi inngått ett samarbeid för att spela varandra gode.
Härligt! Jag ser så fram emot att få prova den här grejen. Så du menar nu att när vi startar bilen kommer vi vara del av ett community som kan varna varandra på vägen?
Det stämmer. Det är över 100 000 som kör med safe drive hver dag. Så det tar ikke så lang tid før du vil bli varslet om dyr i veibanen, hindringer eller kontroller. Skal vi teste enheten på vei opp til isbanen en tur?
Ja, men det tycker jag.
Jeg hadde senest sist uke hadde jeg på vei hjem fra jobb. Da ble jeg varslet om hindring i veien. Da var det 3 som lå over halve veibanen.
Åh, jäklar!
Det är gott att veta för man kommer dit att det är något som är till hinder.
Ja, men precis. Jag vet när man kör ut på landet eller om man bara har GPSen uppe på bilen liksom så här. Då vet man ju inte. Kan det vara stopp? Så sitter man där i 3 timmar liksom.
Ja.
Måste bara vänta. Det är jättebra.
Där fick vi faktiskt en hindring i vägen.
Ja. Ska se. Det är perfekt. Så kan du sakta ner liksom, ta det lugnt. Se vad det är för någonting som händer. Ja, man ser ju inte mycket efter kurvorna liksom.
Gör inte det, nu är det
direkt.
mycket snö och höga bröjtekanter också. Det är, här står en bil.
Ja. Där står de.
Och det kommer en emot då.
Nu du.
Här står en Gammel Porsche med motorstopp.
Ja. Så glad att man hade det där innan, så man inte kom för fort runt kröken där och med mötande bil också. Det
är väldigt grejt att kunna bli varslet där alltså.
Ja.
Då vill vi också få spørsmål om det faktiskt var en hindring i veien. Och det vill jag säga att det var en fysisk hindring det där.
Absolut. Jag längtar till att det här kommer till Sverige och att vi kan börja bygga communityn där också och få den att bli ännu större än vad Norges community är.
För varslingen där, ska vi svara ja på den, så vill de andra också vidare bak oss bli varslade om det.
Perfekt. Med den här lilla boxen kan vi varna varandra för djur, hinder, fartkontroller, vanliga kontroller, lite vad som helst. Den uppdaterar sig själv med internet så det har de senaste funktionerna hela tiden. Och i Norge har de redan över 100 000 personer. Men jag tror att vi kan klå dem i Sverige, eller hur? Pre-sale är nu öppet på safedrive.se. Använd koden SARA50 så får du garanterat det bästa priset.
And we're back. So we are hearing through the grapevine that Mikael Johansson has fixed his car.
Yeah,
so
he's ready to go.
I hope the damage wasn't too intense. And oh man, I still can't really know what happened between them and why, but I would love to know. But it's so unfortunate, and how is Niklas going to figure this out? And
yeah,
it is racing at the end of the day.
It
like
is.
you can't really, oh, it's my fault and I have to apologize and I have to pay for all the repairs. Like, you both know what you were getting into.
Yes.
At the end of the day.
It's part of it. It's the risk you take hopping into drifting.
But that doesn't mean you can't. That doesn't mean you can't feel bad about it.
No.
Like, oh, I should not have done this, or this was not my intention.
No, it didn't.
I got a message from Joachim Vord why he was so slippery and all over the place.
Oh, that would explain everything.
He forgot to lower the tire pressure, so he had 2 bars instead of 0.7.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no wonder that thing slid
Yeah.
everywhere.
So we are looking at a buy run for Mikael Johansson, as I kind of guessed there. Niklas had too much damage on his car. We are seeing tire smoke.
Yeah, it's drying. You can hear him flooring it out there.
Yeah. Let's see if he gets the win here. I think so. He's not the one to just to try things out. For the sake of it, he really wants to figure out, is the car okay? Is anything bent? Is anything? But he only needs to initiate the first corner and prove that his car is okay. And he did.
Yeah.
He really did.
Testing it out, making sure it's all good, going on, and yeah, ready for what's to come. Hopefully.
We're moving into top 8 now.
Yeah, the grid 8.
Finally.
I'm pumped. Great 8.
So we are looking at Andreas Johansson versus Rickard Ivars.
Yeah, that'll be our first top 8 battle. Then we have Filip Josefsson versus Kevin Brunberg. That'll be fun.
Nissan versus Volvo.
Hello. And on the other side of the bracket, we got Jim Olofsson versus Ole Peter Vann. And Mattias Nyriggen versus Mikael Johansson.
So the right side of the bracket is Norwegians versus Swedes.
Yeah, that's fun.
So it becomes a bit of a Nordic battle.
Yes, always at Gatebil.
Yes, yes. There are way less Norwegians. They have other commitments this September, but we are usually fully stacked here with Norwegians and Swedes and Icelandic people and everywhere in between.
Finland.
Denmark.
Denmark.
A few of them. Motorsport
all of
is
Scandinavia for sure.
Oh, definitely.
All of Scandinavia, and then we add some more here and there.
Yeah, we've had people from the UAE.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy driving here.
Yeah.
From the UAE.
That's a hot minute. That's a plan out trip.
My goodness.
It's crazy. We got England, Ireland, France, Germany sometimes. Yeah. Like it's from
Switzerland.
Everywhere. Yeah.
It's crazy. Anyway, we're going back into it with Andreas Johansson leading and Rickard Ivars following. Rickard Ivars in his black, white, and teal Audi RS5, and Andreas Johansson in his gray 36.
Different styles on it. Oh, that bumper was like
Early initiation from Rickard Ivars, trying to keep close here.
Feeling that grip.
And here we see grip is going to come down a little bit in the inside clip.
A lot of correction there. The handbrake.
Huge correction there from Andreas.
Then it got slick. Now it's slippery.
Oh my God, you can really tell. Spewing tire smoke for like 2 milliseconds and getting back into that is terrible for both cars.
Yep.
Oh my.
That's kind of how it was this morning. It was partly dry, and then all of a sudden, not.
You're trying to lean on that grip and try to calculate, like, oh, here I can really go full gas, and then you can't because it's slippery there.
Yeah.
And I can imagine that's what happened in the initiation here.
Yep.
Kind of sliding out way too far.
Two different types of initiation, too.
Yeah.
So it's got to be hard for the spotters to let their drivers know how people's driving styles are because it's been so inconsistent with the wet.
Definitely. And we see Andreas Johansson make a few mistakes in front here, not making it easy for Ivars to follow.
He's there, though. He's there.
Ivars has definitely tidying up his run in a few places in a certain way. And I think that he really wants to grab a win here in the lead position if he can.
All right. In the live stream here. Hey, Kirby. And everyone else watching. That is awesome.
Yeah, we have Carbotex and a few other. Awesome to have you here. I'm just gonna remove your Swedish fika here.
Okay.
Sorry for the sounds in the live if you can hear that.
It's gifted.
It's amazing. That's what it is.
Yes,
It's miracle in bread form.
Yes.
My goodness.
Let's see if they can make a miracle in a BMW and Audi form.
Yes. Make drift babies. That's how you make a miracle between two cars. Two drift cars. So Ivars now leading. Blue skies, the green grass, and the cold September weather. Oh, no way!
No!
Oh, he smashes the wall.
Oh, no! What the heck?
Huge mistake.
Did this, like, tire rod go, or subframe just snap off or something? Like, no. Andreas continuing that lap. Yeah, that is... No.
That is... I wonder what happened. Could we tell on the live stream what happens here?
Probably not. We're just speculating.
Might just be his steering.
Yeah.
Just locks up.
Well, his steering did have issues in that section particularly. So yeah, it's maybe bound up and I don't know.
To me, it looks like a classic tank slapper, and he didn't have time to correct.
Yeah.
He threw it in. The car gripped up, shot him out the other side, and that was it. He had no time to react or kind of do anything about it.
And he's already out towards that zone too, right by the gravel.
Like, look at this. Throwing it in, grips up.
Yep. Yeah. I think you're right.
I think that's...
Ow. Oh, it hurts my heart.
Yeah. There could be more elaborate reasons, but usually, have you ever heard of the Occam's razor? Do you know what that is?
No.
Occam's razor is the concept of the most simple answer is usually the right one. And I think that's the approach here. It's like, that might just be that.
Just gripped up and sent him.
Yeah,
no?
Because of the conditions. Like, he might have anticipated that it was going to be a bit more slippery than it was.
Yep.
And that was it.
Math.
That's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote. It's like math. It's the equations now, too, with it being dry again.
Yeah.
On that part, at least, and then maybe not on the edge. And, yeah, I don't know.
And tires you're not familiar with, and you're following or leading or whatever it is. Like,
yeah. Poor Valgard, too.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. That is very unfortunate.
I said that in English. That was so weird. It's a Valgard.
You know, close enough.
Oh, yeah. That's all right.
No one's going to blame you. Trust me.
Words. Names.
So Andreas waiting here for a decision, which I'm sure is going to be him as a winner.
Is that thing straight legal?
It
has a plate.
Yes.
Hold up. It might be. Okay.
I'm not at liberty to say.
I'm like, Okay, sorry. Distractions again.
But it might be. So
let's make it official. Got the flag, boy. Humpus.
Could you imagine a scenario of Andreas Johansson takes the win first of all.
Yep.
Could you imagine a scenario of this? Like Andreas Johansson is there, and he is deemed at fault if he was, and there's no car on the right side, and the right car is the winner. So it's like pointing to nothing. It's like
sorry,
no one gets the win. I hope that we don't get to see any of that, but it's unfortunate that Ivars is out of competition.
Yeah.
He is
That's a shame shovel.
definitely disappointed.
Makes my heart hurt.
It's I usually call it the pancake flipper
Oh yeah.
because it kind of sways in that way, and I just want to see like, oh, and then.
Have you ridden in a car on that?
No. It would make me seasick.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does sway though. It does do a little bop. You're just sitting there like, all right.
All right. Where's my stereo?
We're good. All right.
We're bopping.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, Ivars not too happy with his performance, but he also knows it's racing. It's not the first time he built a completely.
He got crumbled up good.
Oh no! And he can't even blame anyone.
Like, no, this is like, no.
He built an S14 and drove on Elmia, which is a concrete track. Yes, definitely. And he smashed that car. The first thing he did in the competition, and kind of wrote that car off. Like first event, first of the year, like smashed it. That was it. So he is definitely familiar with that. Unfortunately, this car is way harder to fix when that thing happens.
Expensive too, with those parts being so modern and spicy.
Yeah. It's not like
it doesn't look too bad though. Like the bash bar on that side looks pretty similar to the one on the left. It might just be a little upper squish. The fender looked fine too.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not too bad.
It's the optimism.
Exactly.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just cosmetic.
Mm-hmm.
You're good.
It'll buff out.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll buff out.
It'll buff out. Applause from over here too for everyone that's been riding the Shane Shovel today.
Yeah,
Kirby says, I can do this in the chat here. Well, come out and do it then. I challenge you.
Yeah.
You can do this, come out and do it. We welcome all drivers to Gatebil. That is the best part. It's just a huge drifting, racing family out here.
Yes,
so come on out.
The biggest shenanigan festival ever.
Love it. Love it. Got Filip Josefsson on the start line there and waiting for Kevin Brunberg to roll on up in that wagon Volvo.
Oh, yeah.
Kevlar wagon Volvo. That's the most expensive Volvo wagon in the world, probably.
By far.
Now that I think about it.
By far. And the engine package is insane. And
it's also a bit of a Frankenstein when it comes to all of it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, but this is not a, when we say Frankenstein, that does not denote that this car is built in some poor way.
No,
this
is
it's
just
race
a variety
car.
of different compartments to make it work, which is awesome.
This is like Porsche customer car, but a Volvo. It's
off the
amazing.
line.
Filip Josefsson in his S14 Boss kit. Kevin Brunberg, wild initiation from Filip Josefsson early, poor on angle. Oh, stops! Oh, that kind of messes Kevin Brunberg up a little bit. You're not supposed to decel there.
Nope. You are not, so you might have choked him out a little bit there. Very aggressive style, though. Very aggressive. And here he gets slick, so handles it really good, though. Nothing to do.
Filip definitely knows the mistake there.
Yep.
Knows he should not have done. So to be clear, we see here on the replay where Filip Josefsson throws it in the first left-hand corner. You are not supposed to draw your handbrake or pull the handbrake there. Here and then again here.
There, yeah, that's the main.
And he does that for quite some time as well. And he's on the inside of the track and doesn't leave any space for Kevin Brunberg to do what he's supposed to do. So I think, tin foil hat on, that this is going to be a deduction for Filip Josefsson, if the judges see the same thing that we did.
Yeah. And it's not that patchy up there now. It's pretty, majority of the track is dry. As you can see, all the tire smoke coming out. The car is actually moving.
Exactly.
So it's, but now they know it's very different from when they drove it in their past battle. So it's kind of like a sight lap, the first part of the battle for
Yeah,
both.
unfortunately you have that one chance.
Yeah, it's loud enough.
So you have to basically, well, not even basically, you have to learn on the fly.
Yeah.
And
You gotta
adjust on the
adjust.
fly.
That's a fun part of comp sometimes too.
Oh yeah.
The adjusting to stuff. Like, oh.
There-
Now I know.
Yeah, exactly. There's something, I've only competed in racing sims, but doing that is still a very serious thing in some aspects. And there is something esoteric that I can't really explain, but competing at a high level is something that is just, it's a feeling where you're just in a pocket of focus and flow and all these things. It's an amazing thing. So Kevin Brunberg here leading, Filip Josefsson down the hill, throwing it in, and almost
That's
contact
close. It's way too shallow on that chase. Kevin wobbling out a little bit.
Oh!
We did not give Kevin space to transition there, unfortunately.
there. Mistimed
Did
it.
he sell a lot? I don't know. I gotta check that on the replay. They're holding out to outer 5 here.
Oh my God.
Sorry, that was distracting. I was like, oh, my heart. That wagon part.
The mama heart.
I was like, oh, the heart, the wagon part.
Oh, that's
And the
unfortunate.
and the light. Oh, so sad.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking here is that they had a lot of grip in the first corner,
Yep.
throwing it in the outer zone 4 where they're supposed to decel, and I think that Philip's just carrying a little bit more speed where it becomes slick.
Yeah.
So he should have slowed down earlier. Hard to know that beforehand, but here,
His transition point is not where it should be because it was so shallow too.
yeah.
Yeah.
But was Kevin doing a very late transition there?
He might have.
Oh, that looks like a cool, actually got cooler. I would like a shortened version of that car. Like, it kind of looks cool.
Like a half wagon?
Yeah.
Like a Volvo 740 hatch?
Like a Hagen? Like a half Hagen? Looks like a Hagen.
Oh, look at him hugging it out.
Yeah.
That's good.
It is what it is.
Yeah, they know it.
Yeah.
I wish you could have like a little mic on each driver so I know what they're saying afterwards. Be like, yeah, sorry, dude, this happened. Da 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 da.
Have you seen that in NBA and NFL?
No.
In the US?
No.
They're mic'd up.
Oh,
It's awesome.
that is great.
And you know, they talk smack to each other.
Yeah,
and it's
no,
like, it's
that's awesome.
amazing. It's amazing.
So
It
maybe
makes
not
it-
live stream it, but at least have like an ear in. Like, all right, okay, so this happened
Oh, yeah.
according to this driver. That'd be sick,
Oh,
actually.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It's kind of cool, actually. I kind of love that concept. Ooh.
The Kevin does the dad check out, hands on hip.
Yeah.
What's happened here?
Yeah. Let me have a look at it. Kind of rattle it a little bit. You know, a little buff out.
Yeah, buff
You're
out.
fine.
Yeah.
Walk it off, Jimmy. Walk it off.
Pretty much.
He's got nothing on you, Billy.
Yeah, nothing. Let's see who gets it. There's going to be a lot of deliberation.
Yeah,
there,
I think
'cause
so,
there was
too. There-
Hiccups on both ends.
I could see, actually, Kevin deemed at fault for that because of... I would love to see it again on the replay, but it might have been that Kevin was very late on his transition into Zone 4 and might have
just-
decelled before that zone and not after it or inside of it. I don't know.
He's describing.
I wish I knew sign language here. Drifting sign language.
Just slide and then snap. That's all I got. And then I felt it. Kaboom. Just kidding. Are we voice-overing what they're saying right now? All right, let's do
Oh,
it.
that would be amazing. I had an idea to do that actually for like gathering a bunch of clips,
Yeah.
and then where they're talking, just voiceovering some really dumb stuff. So the flag is up
It's in the air.
and it falls on Kevin Brunberg. Kevin Brunberg gets the win, and I seem that as a fair thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
It is unfortunate, of course, but
I don't think Filip agrees here. He looks a little sassy. But we'll see. Yep, Kevin moves on to battle Andreas Johansson in the top 4.
E36 we saw, so
Yeah, that'll be a good one. I'm excited. All of these battles have been so good.
they've been exciting. That's the
I'm
fun
excited to see
part.
this now that it's dry half track.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Got a grip.
So Jim Olofsson, Swedish champion, against Ole Peter Walden.
Yeah, and it might be Walden's advantage being in the chase for the first part of the battle here.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But they're
But Yim knows. He knows what he's doing.
yeah, he's been around, you know.
Yeah.
He has a lot of experience, been drifting for many, many years at this point at many different kinds of levels.
And they're off the start line here.
Jim Olofsson in his black BMW E30 on the right-hand side here is going to lead and throw it in. Can he do it aggressively and throw Ole Peter Walden off?
Oh, he's aggressive. That's all right. And, ooh, wide.
Ole's on the inside a little bit, trying to get in too close, and almost made the exact same thing there as we saw in the last battle.
That proximity is great, though. And I think
falls off.
Straight in there.
Uh-oh. Yeah, looking at his mirror. Did you see that? Jim looking at his mirror, like, where is he before he transitioned? That's kind of how fast you have to be. Like, look, is he there while I'm going to transition? Because I don't know. I know I'm offline.
Every second counts. Every second. Or millisecond, even.
Exactly.
Like the reactions of people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Motorsports are cool. I like cars.
Yes.
Yes.
You summarized it very well. Motorsports are cool.
I like cars.
I like cars.
Yeah, it's not that complicated.
You have a deep level of understanding here. So Ole Peter does a great job.
Yeah.
Like a great job adjusting here, and
oh, it's slick right there.
narrowly misses to do the exact same thing we saw in the previous battle. Here, Jim Olofsson gets way too deep where it's very, very wet. Gets out on a part of the track that he should not be on.
Yeah.
And that's a mistake too.
Yeah, it's certain spots are still slick for sure. I saw 3 little zones. They're in outer 1, the end of it over there, just slid out, and when you get into the inner clip, right at that little crest there, it's very slick. Then it dries up a little bit between that and coming out to the outer zone after it.
Yeah.
And they're off the start line here with Ole Peter Walden in the lead with that blue, green, black, very colorful.
Yeah, I love it.
And Jim in that black, awesome E30.
Oh, Jim on the inside. Jim on the inside.
No, that's opposite drift.
Uh-oh.
That's opposite drift there. You.
Getting offline as well.
Yeah, what happened there?
Ole Peter Walden looks smooth. Huge mistake there.
Yeah,
Had a
I
bit of a straightening.
Ole
He does the
zero.
same thing. No, on the line where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, no. We'll see.
There was a lot of things that were happening there, and I can't really make out if Jim is on the wrong part of the track or wrong side of the track when he is.
Ole straighten or your opposite. So they're out, straightened, correct. Has to reinitiate it.
That's why, Jim. I didn't see that the first time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a 0 on the lead, unfortunately.
Yeah.
In my book. And
here
yeah, there
again.
it grips, and then it slides. Yeah. It is patchy right now. It's not even like wet and more wet. It's just dry or wet. That's rough. That's rough. So they're both such wheelmen. Gosh darn you, rain. And it just showed up at 2 p.m. Started raining. And then it's like, okay, I'm good. I'm like, really? You couldn't have just waited until after this and rained all night or something? Like, what?
Felt like a sneeze out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like
oh, okay.
Trust me, I had to walk through it. I was like,
say
oh,
it,
gosh.
don't spray it, please. But all right, whatever.
Hugging it out there.
Yeah, they know.
Pat on the back. They know what's up. They know what's up.
Let's see here. They know. I think their spotters told them a bit of a mistake.
Probably. Get it, Jim. Get it, Jim.
It was such a show, man. I think these guys are.
You got the personality in the show and then the style.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love this. Flags waving in the air. And all votes go to Jim Olofsson. Moves on.
Sweden moves on.
It does. We only have 1 Norwegian left? Yeah. Damn.
Dropping off like flies, unfortunately.
We do. So, who is going to meet Jim in the top 4? Will it be Matthias or Mika? That is the question. Matthias Nyriggen in that super cool chaser. I love that thing. believe it. Focus. Just the focus on him. And he's sitting on the wrong side of the car.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
the right one, I guess.
Well, depends on your preferences.
I'm like, wait, hold on.
Mattias Nyriggen on the right-hand side in his bright orange. And Mikael Johansson, who had a crash earlier, in the left-hand side in his BMW.
Will Norway stick up for Norway?
Yeah, you got a lot of riding on this, Mattias.
Yeah.
Throwing it in, leading Mikael around here.
Nice initiation there. Trying to come out to outer zone number 1 is a bit shallow. Both of them missed that zone completely.
Mikael is inside on the track here. Now it's starting to dry up a lot, and I think here, we're going to see a lot of issues with grip here.
Slide, and yeah, he's right a little shallow, but that's where the grip was. You could tell exactly where it's non-existent.
Yeah, I think like right after inner clip 1, that's kind of
grip.
Drop off.
It's, yeah, no, after inner clip 1, it's like they grip up and then it slides out on that little line before the tires.
Exactly. So they're anticipating to go on full throttle, and the car just slides.
Yeah, it shoots out pretty quick. It's like, what?
Inside line from Mikael, getting into inner clip 1 here, and you see how wet it is.
They got a little wide there, yeah, but it is wet right there. It kind of dries up here and then gets really wet there. It's, although it is starting to dry in that turn too. Nice.
But unfortunately, that's the last part of the track to dry is just the outer zone. Before outer zone 5.
It's getting shaded over there too, so it's gonna take even longer.
Yeah.
It's cold out. It's windy though, so that's gonna help.
That's good.
Talking about the weather here. Like, wow. Although it looks really pretty now. I like it.
Are you a autumn kind of girl?
Hell yeah, I like hoodies.
Well, you can.
Not in the summer, I'd die. I get warm so easily.
Same here, actually.
I was like, I like hoodie weather, but I don't like wet, cold winter, slushy stuff. Oh, hell no. Cold, like really cold, dry winter, snow, pretty sunlight. Yeah, that's a vibe too.
All the words, yes. So yeah, I'm not so much of a wow, I was gonna say fall guy. I hate that autumn guy. So I'm not so much into the pumpkin spice lattes and all the other kind of things like that. That's not really my jam, but you know, if your jam is that, that's cool too.
It's cozy.
But I like the spring and summer. That's kind of my jam. I really love it.
Swedish summer is beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's gorgeous, and with the by the coast, the coastal areas and stuff, it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And all the cool events that go on. You can have more battles and stuff.
Definitely. So we're gonna switch places. Mikael Johansson is going to lead now in his BMW E46. The battle-torn, battle-worn, and battle-scarred just from this last battle alone.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good otherwise, but yeah.
Yeah, can he put down a solid lead? Is it going to be Hickeby? Who knows? Same can Mattias chase him down.
Exactly.
And adjust to all there is to come.
Yeah, battered and bruised, it doesn't matter. Mikael is going strong anyway. Going to defend Sweden now. Mattias Nyriggen has to really step it up and protect the pride of Norway.
Nice. Oh, correction there.
Correction.
Did he straighten? Did
Might
Mikael
have.
just
Was
straighten?
very close.
All right, Mattias hanging on there. He's kind of distancing himself. You know, it's slick right there. Oh, but hiccups on both ends, honestly.
Definitely.
Oh, very wide. That was good, though.
Yeah, he was online. He was online.
Looked like he was sliding further. I was like, oh, God. No, that was a solid run. I think Mikael might have straightened a little bit there, like Ole Peter did.
It might have been smaller, but
yes, definitely.
It doesn't matter. Smaller is still more than nothing.
Yes. So let's see here again. Coming out to one.
A lot of angle.
Yeah, opposite.
Yeah, it is
That's
a
little
reinitiation.
Quick.
Either it's a very, very big correction,
yes,
or it is a second initiation.
Yeah.
Hard to tell on that angle.
It is. It could have been could get a huge deduction on it, or a 0. That's either or.
So
in my book.
To kind of go more into detail in that, so the difference here, if I'm saying that maybe it was a big correction, is that if you correct, I mean that if you're steering inwards to the point where the wheels go from opposite angle over to straight and then into steering in again. But I don't think that that happened.
Split second where I thought the wheel was straight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it might have been straight, but it might have not had to reinitiate as in turning in.
Yeah, you couldn't see if he was still sliding a little bit.
Right.
You know. We'll see. This will be interesting. Might be a one more time.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
Either if it's not, it's a very, very slight Mikael Johansson.
I think Matthias. I don't know.
You think so?
I don't know.
I have no idea. I'm just
both. Yeah, I think one more time. Honestly, it's taking a lot of time right now.
Yeah.
Just my hunch, but it could go either way at that point.
Come on. We really. This is agonizing.
Hello.
I really, 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 really want to know. I would love for both. I'm a Swede. I will always be a Swede. But then again, like this chaser.
Yeah. No.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I love that chaser. It's so sick.
It is.
It's so clean, and it's a family car. BMW is second clean too.
It is a one. Oh,
wait.
Split decision. One more time.
It is.
One more time.
Majority rules. It is a one more time.
Yeah.
That last grade 8 battle.
Yeah.
So we shall see what they do here.
We have Niklas B in chat. I need a chaser in my garage. Yes.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
I agree.
Please go ahead.
Cannot argue that. Everyone needs a chaser in their garage.
Yes, you might have to sell off your kidneys to afford one, but I mean, it would be worth it.
I mean, you have two.
You don't need both.
No.
Come on.
You don't need them.
No. Modern medicine is amazing. You don't have to have both of them.
No. Go get you a chaser.
Yes.
I believe in you.
I mean...
Send us pictures when you do, though, for sure.
Kidneys or doing burnouts in a chaser?
I want to keep one kidney. But...
I mean, the dialysis would be worth it at some point. But anyway. So we are getting into the final fours.
Yeah, unless they wait and do this one more time first. I'm not sure.
Oh, they can't move on. That's
well, they can do one battle. They have 2 people for that first final 4 battle.
No, we can't move on in the ladder. So we have to finish top 8 before we get into top 4. So we have to wait for these guys actually to do this.
Yeah, do a little change of tires and get back on that start line.
So I think it'll be a while. It might be a while because of they might have to put on new tires, as in actually getting the tire on the rim, not putting a tire on the car, because they don't have an unlimited supply, first of all.
Yeah.
So they don't want to do a. I have lost the word in English for putting a tire on a rim. We have a word for it in Swedish, which is kränga.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what that is in English. What the equivalent is.
Mount.
Yeah, probably mount.
Tire mounting. Yes.
So they have to mount some tires, but we'll see what happens here. So there might be a little bit of a break here, but we'll find out soon enough. So as we've seen so far, exciting driving. I'm loving that this is actually taking some time because it'll dry up even more.
Yes.
And we might have a dry track for the finals.
I hope so. I hope all of the track is completely dry. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, these guys probably have a good way to do that. But if you set up a car as a pro drift car, if you set up that car for a wet, it is damn near impossible to drift in the dry because it is so much grip that you have no way of knowing, like, oh, I have 900 horsepower. It doesn't matter. Your car is going to grip up like crazy.
Yeah.
We've seen that a few times in Sweden, where we know that the car has a lot of horsepower, and it doesn't matter. Like the car just grips up, does not want to drift. And the guys in the pit, when they came out of the car, they were like, I was scared. That was so quick. I had no idea what I was doing. Like, I've never drifted that fast before. That was not intentional.
This might have been the end.
Yeah.
It could have been.
He was like, oh, I was hoping that I was not going to die doing this because I was just like holding on. Which is exciting, of course, but at the end of the day, you really want to have control of the car. So tell me a little bit about your car that you have here, and where are you going with it, and what are you going to do with it?
So it's a party car right now. I'm just going to have fun with it, and it has a little V6 in it. So it's lower power, heavy car, Stena Line boat sized. And yeah, but it has so much history with it. It's my baby. I love it. So I can't ever get rid of it. But I'll probably upgrade some things on it. Maybe eventually get a V8 in there and do some like grassroots competitions or something. But probably not a big competition series. And I do also drift one of the taxis, and that's one of my favorite things ever, because I get to share the experience of being on track with people that might not have been ever, and open their eyes to motorsports and drifting itself. And I want to focus more on that than competing full time, you know?
Yeah, of course. And that's kind of what we talked a little bit earlier about. It's like a lot of people go to grassroots after having done professional drifting for quite some time.
Yeah.
And they kind of want to get back into it, just being relaxed, not having to perform.
Having a good time with your friends.
Having a good time. So
and like competition, yeah, you can jam and have a good time with your friends, but still at the end of the day, it's a competition. So of course you got to have that mentality. It's like, I got to win. Like I'm going to win. And I know I cannot win every battle, maybe a few here and there with the Mustang as it is right now. So I'm not going to put the effort and money into it as of right now to make it a competition worthy car. Then I'd rather save up and build a car from scratch for competition.
Of course. And I mean, at this point of where the car is at with weight and all that, it's basically a Ford Freightliner. So that's kind of what you should be having stickers on. Like a huge Freightliner, like this is what my car is right now. You do not want to mess with it.
Yeah, it's a good name for it. I gotta say, huge ship. I joked the other day. I was like, yeah, it's kind of like a gigantic 740 because it has a solid axle in the back and stuff. And I thought I was saying too much, saying gigantic, but then I parked it next to MK4 Supra here in the pit at Hunters, and I was like, I thought an MK4 Supra was big. My car is poking out both sides of the tent. I'm like, oh my goodness, that thing is huge.
It really doesn't fit in your tent.
No, I mean.
Anyway, getting back to the battle here, Mattias Nyriggen versus Mikael Johansson, and this is the one more time. Both guys know they have to push a little bit harder now, but doing that in these conditions might net you an off track that you do not want. Mikael Johansson on the inside of the track here, trying to slow down, getting into Mattias Nyriggen on the in clip. Number 1, getting out the outer zone. Number 5 now. Wow, Mattias Nyriggen has huge speed in this car. Smashes the tire wall.
Yeah, he got slick out there. The rest seems pretty dry, but that part right there is really slick. And Mika's sacrificing the line there to catch up, but he did keep that proximity pretty solid throughout the rest of the course.
Yeah, unfortunately, the judges have said you should be on a better line rather than being...
Oh, did he straighten in the chase there? Oh.
Might have. You see here, Mikael. I see Mikael does something beautiful here. He adjusts a lot for that slick surface on outer zone 5.
Yep.
He does it early.
Ooh,
See here, boom.
Oh, that car held up good for that, honestly. Who makes those quarter panels? It did what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. Having fiberglass panels is not advisable in a lot of ways because it kind of frays and kind of splits apart. Having Kevlar is most likely the best option. However, the price of that
is the most expensive option.
Yes. It's probably 4-5 times the price sometimes.
Oh gosh.
So it's not great.
Green. Mikael in the lead, and Mattias in the chase coming up the hill. How are they going to initiate? Going to Manji? Going to e-brake?
I think that Mikael is known for having an aggressive driving style. Unfortunately, having made these mistakes might make him to push even harder. Ooh, was that a mistake from Mattias? Yeah.
But he's hanging out there. He slides out too. All right,
boy. This might just be a repeat.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard one to judge. For sure. I feel like Mikael is a tad more aggressive and commits to the lines he has chosen.
Yes. However, I see that the initiation wasn't the cleanest, or I'd say outer zone 2 here in the left-hand corner wasn't the cleanest. Could have been further out. Like, see?
Yeah, I know that's very shallow. Mattias does a great job mimicking that line, though, and following that car. But here he cuts in and slides out and loses all that proximity. Misses inner clip completely.
But then again, we know that the judges are going to see that Mikael is on a wrong line as a lead driver, and they're going to be deemed at fault for that because they know that it follows him throughout the run and affects
the
Matthias
chase too,
in a way that is not conducive to good chase driving. So this might be a Norwegian win just because of that.
Yeah, it could be. Could be. That's good driving though from both. That's solid.
So if you could choose between the Chaser and BMW E46, what color would your Chaser be?
I think I'll go. I'm tempted like midnight purple on any.
Isn't that
JDM?
Isn't that done too much?
I know, but so sweet. Or white. White's pretty.
Yeah, white is very pretty.
Yeah, although I do love that orange combo he's got going. Matthias gets the win, so the Chaser
Norwegian
goes
win.
on.
Norwegian win here.
Can he make it onto podium? Can he bring Norway to podium?
Definitely.
It's on you now.
Yeah, no pressure.
No pressure.
The only Norwegian left, I think.
Yep. Think so. He will be chasing in the top 4.
Kevin Brunberg then rolls up to the start line next to Andreas Johansson.
Yep. Andreas in the lead and Kevin in the chase.
Both drivers know from their aggressive style.
Yeah, I wonder if Kevin, now that he's got that one boop out of the way, is he just going to be like, oh, I'm bringing it.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it. I mean, all these guys wants to win. The level of drivers that are out here is amazing. And yeah, no, this is awesome. I love it. Yeah, Mantorp Park, Gatebil Drift Battle 2024.
Yes.
And also sponsored by Kenda there. So all the drivers have the same tire.
265s provided for free by Kenda to do this whole drift battle. So a huge thank you to Kenda Tires for doing that. And I hope that we get to do way more with them in the future. But now we're going to focus on this battle.
Yes.
And this is for the final.
Yeah, who's going to go to the final? Yeah, the winner.
Andreas Johansson is going to lead. Kevin Brunberg following.
Coming up that hill for that initiation.
These drivers have not driven on a dry track yet in this competition. So here we go.
Ooh, taken off. He's like, oh, it's grippy now? Okay.
And now he's going to find out it's not as grippy here.
No, well, he had just very well, though. He slowed down just enough, I think.
And here we go. Here's going to get really wet. Yeah, that's what we see. Still on the right. Oh, no. Huge mistake from Kevin. Oh, no.
Get choked out. There's so much to see in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Good thing we have a replay.
The modern magical of technology.
Love it. Love it. More of a straight line approach on the initiation there, which I like. Could get wider for sure.
Where is Kevin here in relation to? Yeah, higher line.
Yeah, better line.
But what happens behind here? What happens to Kevin's car? Look at that Volvo. On angle, slowing down.
Oh, he parked it.
And just over-rotates.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go and over-rotates. Oh, that is unfortunate.
Aww.
So Nicholas B in the comments here saying, Sarah, midnight purple with white rims on a Chaser.
I mean, I have a black car with white rims, but I like white rims.
I would probably do the opposite of that, actually.
With
a white car with midnight purple rims, so you can actually just see the details some in the sun or when the light hits the rims. It's like, oh, I don't know.
I don't know. We'll come back to that one.
Yeah, let me be Picasso here. let me cook. I got this.
Kevin coming up here in the lead with Andreas behind him. Initiating out here. He's got to do a damn good lead run. And oh wow, he's got a lot of speed coming through there. But he gets out wide.
Kevin doing well here to adjust, but is it enough? Oh!
Whoa. What is going on here? It's very slick right there, and that's it right now.
Problem is, Kevin has most likely a 0, and Andreas on.
Although, was that an inactive chase? He's so far back. He might have slid out a little bit too much and lost all the momentum.
Yeah, I'm curious to why he was so far back.
Yeah.
Was it just the grip issue and he got on a slightly higher lower line and it was wet just there and he did not get the drive?
He comes up, slows down, still there.
Yeah, higher line.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. He did what he was supposed to. Very good job from Andreas there.
The building we're in is rumbling.
I was like, wait, that's Kevin's car for sure. It's got like the backfire of, I don't know, a billion mopeds. I'm just kidding.
Probably. Probably. I've always said that his car sounds like it snores.
Oh, true, true. That's basically what it's doing.
Yeah. So the win goes to Andreas Johansson, who moves on into the final. Fantastic job from Andreas.
Yes.
And sometimes it's a bad thing to say, but sometimes you have to have some luck because Andreas have had 2 battles where the person spun.
Yep.
Or could have spun or had a 0.
Is he cursed?
Maybe.
Well, he's not.
Then again.
Does whoever he's driving
A
against
win,
get?
a win is a win.
Yep.
By an inch or a mile.
At least the cars are at battle. That's what is the main thing in drifting. It's like you don't really want to win because someone couldn't make it to the start line. You want to win because you battled and you won, you know?
Definitely.
Ooh, spicy duo. I like it. As for Chaser, a white Chaser with chrome everything but purple details. So like calipers, little things here and there.
Love that. Love that.
Yes.
Love that. All right, back to it. Jim Olofsson on the lead. Mattias Nyriggen from Norway on the follow. Who is going to the finals against Andreas Johansson?
Can Mattias bring it home for Norway? Who knows? Bum, bum, bum. No pressure. No pressure.
No pressure at all. Jim Olofsson coming hot off a championship. So having that momentum and positive energy and all that confidence. But is it enough? Mattias Nyriggen has been really, really, really strong. I like his style of driving. He's aggressive, even with the big car, and I just like it. So, throwing it in, bit of a gap. Nyriggen throws it in behind. Lower line than Jim. Ooh, bit of a mistake from Jim there.
Huge correction. Very shallow there on both coming out here. They fill it.
Extending the track. Mattias on the right line, trying to get in on the inside, trying to follow Jim. Jim has some issues here.
Oh, it's like, oh, yep. It's like right there.
Oh.
Whew. Good save. Good
Good
save.
save, but that is going to be a... It's not a 0 maybe, but is a very, very huge correction.
That's the thing I was about to say. Mattias has an advantage at this battle because it was such a short amount of time between his previous battle and this one versus Jim that it was a while ago and it was way more wet.
Ooh, did you see that? Did you see how close it was? They almost made contact.
Just a little
going
grace.
Into the left-hand turn, into outer zone 2. My goodness.
They're by that inner though.
Here, Nyriggen tries to shallow up a little bit to get into it. Try to adjust as much as possible, but it is so tricky.
Yeah, you got out a little early to outer 6 there too and try to hold on to it. Yeah, that's that corner right there. It is slick.
Yeah. Thank you, Robin Ekman, for saying a real good job to the commentators. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
English is not my native language, so I find myself trying to keep up the pace. Talking fast is not easy when it's your second language. But
You're doing amazing.
I'm trying to get my brain to work with me, not against me. We're switching places. Mattias Nyriggen now going into a lead position with a slight advantage, I think.
Yeah.
And he might know this. So getting over the hill here, great angle.
Wow, that's an aggressive initiation. I like that a lot.
Nice.
Committed.
Creating a gap from Jim there, has to get on it.
Like I said, Mattias knows where there's grip and not, and now both of them know. So Jim is right there on him. He's right there.
And here we see mistakes from Mattias. Cleans it up.
Yeah.
He knows.
Smooth.
He knows.
Smooth. That line, timing up transitions and stuff, I love that.
I really
That was
do.
sick.
I do think, if I had to guess, this is a Norwegian win. I don't. It pains me to say it, but I do think Mattias has the skills.
Mattias might have just brought Norway to the final.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you, in a way. Sorry, Jim. I love you.
There's I would say trunk opening
Yeah.
from Matthias. That.
Oh yeah, it's from the tap on the tires earlier.
Yeah.
It does not have anything holding it down in that corner. However, the other side seems all right.
It seems fine.
Yeah, it ain't going anywhere.
Nah.
She ain't going nowhere.
What's it called in English? The tape.
Duct tape?
Duct.
If you can't fix it with duct tape or zip ties, it's broken.
It's really broken. All right, rolling up here, getting out of the car. Same side for once. Josefsson, I doubt he's going to get the win, but
Well fought, though,
we'll
from
see.
both of them. Yep.
Mattias Nyriggen gets the win, moves on to the final. Hard fought for Jim all day long, but it is what it is.
Yep. And Jim will then go on to battle either Kevin or Andreas for third place. Yep. Lightning. Yep. They haul. Yeah, they're awesome. And the frunk, you can fit so much in it. Just saying. Yes, refrain. Not really, not in particular. I don't like electric cars, but yeah, I would not get an electric. I drive too much. Like, I just want to fuel up and go. But if I was more local or like just went to and from work and had a house with a charging station, hell yeah. Although I don't like the fires. They don't stop. And even if you thought you distinguished the fire and everything, and then you transport that car, it can catch fire on the bed of your truck. And I'm like, no. Or bed of your semi-truck. Yeah.
There are definitely pros and cons with it, but there are good ways and bad ways to do it.
Yes. If I ever got an electric vehicle, it would probably be like a Mach-E or a Lightning.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You see the Broman. Huh.
Welcome.
Welcome back. I hit this, but it didn't. Sorry about that. I was muted. It was I did not hit the button hard enough, apparently. Sorry about that. So what I was saying was that the electric cars, there are cool things about them. I love the Ford F-150s and all the other cars, but the LMP at Le Mans, when they roll out of the pits and they roll out on the electric motor, and then they roll like 50 kilometers an hour, and they just switch on the ignition. That sound, oh my God, that is so cool. I think it was the Cadillac that did it in a kind of a promo thing, and I was like, goosebumps immediately. That made electric cars cool. Other than that,
They're cool. I mean,
they look cool.
They're cool. I don't know. I'm just not that person.
No.
That's just my personal opinion. Some people love them, some people hate them.
I have a certain someone behind me here.
I'm okay with them.
Yeah, I have a certain someone here in the studio behind me. I think he's more of a driving fan as well. We're going looking here at Kevin Brunberg against Jim Olofsson. Kevin Brunberg in his Volvo wagon.
Battle for third here.
Battle for third. And Jim Olofsson hanging back. Oh! Kevin with a massive mistake.
Jim just keeping it together, having a good time. He knows.
The king from the north, as he's sometimes affectionately called. And
to be fair, he did win SM.
Yes, he won the championship, and he is from the smallest town in Sweden, I think, actually, up north. So he can call himself a king of a small town, at least. So
Sorry.
Kevin, I was looking for a mistake here somewhere. Where does that happen?
Slick,
yeah,
wide.
Kevin is offline, and that's all she wrote. That was it.
Yeah, right there. If you get a little too wide, you're going to slide out, and same right before those tire barriers. It's so slick.
Yeah.
And the rest is dry, so you got to send it to keep up, you know?
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think was it Al Pacino in some kind of football film? Like 1/2 step too late and you don't quite make it. Like there's a very motivational quote thing that's ever, and that's kind of what I'm thinking here is that the margin of error is so small that you kind of anticipate, oh, I need to get on gas like a millisecond earlier or later, and you're in the kitted leader. That was it.
Yep. I mean, it's milliseconds here. Reaction time, everything counts.
Yeah.
They're off the line here with Jim in the lead and Kevin in the chase, coming up the hill for our initiation for the battle of third.
More of a timid initiation there from Jim, right? He did not flick as much as he was used to.
I usually Monty's in pretty hard. He's very shallow on the outer zone there, but he reaches out to this one and can he get out to that inner clip.
The Kevlar wagon getting back into it, but there is way too much distance between these guys to make Kevin a winner here. I think Jim is going to walk away with it.
We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. I am very impressed with that Kevlar, though. I was going to say that earlier. It just popped back out.
Oh, yeah. He smashed that car.
Nothing happened.
And,
Gotta love your Kevlar wagon.
Jim's car, however, is more crumpled paper, I would say. That's kind of where that is at this point. That car has taken a beating and a half.
Yeah, he's doing the thing, though. Doing the thing.
It's still running like crazy.
And you see, cuts that line a little bit to catch up.
Yeah.
Boops that inner clip even. Little hiccup from both right there, but it grips up right in between those two wet spots pretty good.
It's smooth enough, but it's still a...
you can tell.
It's a bit of a dance with the wheel there.
For sure.
Yeah, they're both happy.
Oh yeah, someone's getting third.
See,
you can hear him outside of this little building here.
Yeah.
That's why I'm giggling. Sorry, guys.
Andreas Falk in the comments here saying, Chaser's always nice in red. Red cars are the fastest as well. Everybody knows that.
I don't know, man. I don't like red cars either.
All right. Wow, that was a quick one. Jim Olofsson moves on. Moves on.
Well, he gets third.
That's unfortunate for Kevin, but he fought hard. So, battle for third was Jim Olofsson. So third place goes to Jim Olofsson. Phenomenal.
I'm excited for Andreas and Matthias final now. Sweden versus Norway.
Yeah.
Is he going to bring Norway to top spot?
I think he might. If not, he's going to put that freightliner of a chaser through Andreas Johansson and just take him out of competition. It might be that.
Now that is it. That is it. You got to give it your all.
What is it called when you pull out of a port? Is it called lease? When you lease a boat?
I have no clue.
So
you undock it. You go.
Well, fair enough. Fair enough. You push drive and then you go. Good enough.
All right, it looks like Andreas will be leading in this battle, and then Matthias will be chasing.
Yeah, he's going to be a captain on this ship. So
Andreas has been leading all his battles so
yeah,
far.
And it might be an advantage in these conditions. Trying to get to know the track better and better for each run, and try to have that fresh in your memory. Oh, that was patchy on this place or wherever it is. And Matthias is just going to pull that string.
Green. Andreas goes up the hill here with Matthias in the chase. Is he going to Monty? Is he going to straight lines it pretty much to that initiation? Really nicely done and out there. Can he reach out to outer zone? Not really.
Mid-track, does not leave a lot of space for Matthias. Yeah,
well, Matthias is adjusting pretty good there. He's kind of taking it easy, seeing what Andreas is doing there.
Oh, he's going to hit the wall. Oh,
yep, he did.
Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Is Andreas going to be deemed at fault here?
Yes.
For Matthias stopping.
Well,
seems logical.
I don't know. I mean, he was off course, very deep in that zone. Did hit the wall, so I would have shut it down too, honestly.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking is that, are you...
although I don't know if he continued it. He might have just angled up a lot and then drove off. Just in case kind of thing.
Like, are the judges going to deem this as reasonable reaction from Matthias, or are they Are they expecting him to be a pro driver here who just like... Is this?
He's at high angle already there, though.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of drivers who looped it there just on their own. Could that be... That's a tough one.
That is. I'm so happy I'm not a judge.
Yeah, we saw Kevin do the same thing.
Yep.
We saw...
Espen parked over
Espen
there.
does. So, yeah, that's a tough one, actually. Initially, it just seemed like, oh, Matthias just backed off and that was it. But it might not be that easy.
Oh. I don't know. He might have just kept a shallower line. Be like, okay, angle up, pause a little bit, and then angle too much.
Exactly.
Just slid out.
Exactly.
I don't know. I have no clue. That's why I want to mic all these drivers up and have a little.
Yeah.
It's like, what happened there? What are they saying?
I would
if
love
he's
to.
cussing,
I would love to hear the trash talk between the. What's up? What's up?
No, they don't do that here. They're very nice here. They'll do that when they're drunk.
Probably.
Yeah. Come at each other. All right, let's see if these drivers are ready. Matthias ready. Andreas ready. Dana's ready. Green light is blinking. And off they go.
We're off. So Matthias now has to really tighten this up if he wants to pressure Andreas into a mistake. But how are you going to do that from a lead position without making a mistake yourself?
Jesus, he's flying down that course.
Leaving him in the dust. Eat my tire smoke all the way around. But as long as Andreas does not make a mistake, he's very...
That is control. That is smooth. I love that.
Beautifully done.
They're both across the finish line.
Oh, I'm super, like, tinfoil hat. I'm just, like, pulling strings, you know, look like Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like, who was at fault at this battle?
I have no clue.
Super intrigued on, I wish I had more angles to look at it.
Yes. True, because there I can't really tell how shallow or not he is. Looks like he comes out in that zone pretty good. Here's very smooth though. Just.
I'm gonna get a headache. I'm noticing myself. I'm like furrowing my brow so much. I'm trying to concentrate on looking at every single detail.
Andreas had good proximity there too, though. He was chasing good. Just in the beginning there, he got brought to Gapplebee's.
Yeah. Gapplebee's?
Yep.
Wow, that's the worst restaurant ever. Like Applebee's is dog water.
Matthias took him to Gapplebee's.
Oh my God.
Who is gonna take this home? The Gatebil Drift Battle 2024 here at Mantorp Park.
Who got it from the final here, moving on up to the top step of the podium with the biggest prize. Who's that gonna be? Norwegian or Swedish, orange or gray?
Bum bum bum. I gotta ask him though if that's street legal.
I have a hard time seeing that, but possible.
It's got plates.
Well, yes.
Who is getting it? Who is getting it?
For the final, will it be Swedish, Norwegian, Andreas versus Matthias?
Will it be a one more time?
Japanese versus German in this case? It could be a one more time, actually. But
I don't know. I don't know what happened there in that first battle between the two.
The judges are not going to have a field day with this one. I don't think they enjoy doing this because they have to hand it to someone. And the flag is up.
The flag is up. Is it?
The pride of...
For Hampus. How long is he going to hold that flag?
Arms are getting... I was going to make an 8-mile reference, but I'll stop.
Very well driven of both drivers, though.
It is Sweden's Andreas Johansson who gets the win here at Gatebil Drift Battle. An amazing time. And as I said before, I hate to say it, but is that 3 out of 4 battles where a person spun behind him?
He might not be cursed, but whoever's driving with him, battling him, might get cursed from.
Sometimes you just have to take the wins like, hey man, a W is a W.
I mean, that's freaking awesome, though. Good for him.
That's amazing. Amazing. And we
And
have...
it's been tough. Like, this has probably been the most difficult competition throughout Gatebil history because it's either been wet or it's been dry.
Exactly.
Here we have had the process of going from wet to dry.
Yeah, and
Barely.
consistently
So
as well. Like,
so it's different every time these drivers got out there. So very well fought from all these drivers.
yeah, not making a mistake here is a miracle in any capacity, actually. So I love it. I see that there are a lot of people excited to have this done, and we can move on to the next part of this festival, which is after track tonight. So you don't want to miss that. If you're around in the area, please come visit. It's going to be a great party. We're going to have a good time, and I hope that we can give out some nice prizes to everybody who fought, as I said, battered and beaten today. Really, I think every car had some kind of contact or crash, or they went off track, or
yeah, no, this has been gnarly. This has been gnarly. I'm curious to see what the drivers have to say about it. I'm going to be asking them later.
Yeah, I hope that we can actually get Andreas for an interview. That would be great.
Be sick.
Maybe Matthias as well, to kind of feel the pulse on them. But getting a hold of those guys after one of these things is not the easiest.
Not the easiest.
So
we're parking up over there.
We will have a burnout competition after this, actually.
Yeah.
Right in front of the grandstands. So that's going to be amazing. I hope that Andreas usually actually comes and does that as well. He just likes to hoon. That's kind of who he is. So I don't know.
Are you going to go burn out that Mustang or what? I'm like, oh, man. Ain't got tires, but now I know. Seems pretty solid. Seems pretty solid. I like those.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Don't want to miss it.
I have no idea. Yeah, we're surely going to do yours, but I don't know if we're going to do the one and two. So, standing here with the winner of Gatebil Drift Battle, congratulations! Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm almost crying.
You said you haven't driven this car a lot today.
No, I take 2 laps yesterday. We have problems with the generator, so me and my father has done a lot to get it to the start line.
And here you are at the top spot. Was it hard for you? It was wet from the start and then it got dry and more dry, and I saw you were really struggling with the wheel. Was it really hard to drive?
Yeah, I hate to drive the car in wet conditions. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. Have you won any have you won any competitions before? Is this your first win ever?
I've been driving Riksmästerskapet 2021, and then I come 3rd place, and I think I come 3rd or 4th place 2022.
So this is your first win ever at a big, as a big thing. Like, you won the Gatebil Drift event. You represented Sweden as well, because you had battles with Norwegians all the way, and just an amazing performance from you. I'm so happy. I'm so glad that you won this. How are you going to celebrate? Are you going to celebrate here doing a burnout? Is that what we're going to see after this?
Actually, in my lead in the finals, the clutch is gone. So I'm sorry not. I will be late this time too.
It is what it is. Thank you so much for doing this, and thank you for coming, and a huge congratulations, and have a good night's sleep. I guess that's when I go, and I'll see you at the after track.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Super happy, Andreas Johansson, and it's been an amazing thing. I'm gonna have one more guest with me, and we'll be back right after this.